Somebody start, please.
Welcome to Schnozzcast episode 87 for Saturday, August 22nd, 2020. Good evening.
We're back.
Back in the bunker.
Schnozzcast Studios. Nothing's getting into here.
That's right. Hermetically sealed from the stairs down to the basement.
So much to the effect that we're considering getting another sign. So if anyone's in the waiting room upstairs and they're about to, go down the steps to go into the studio, they're going to go, wait a second.
The secretary does get off at 8 o'clock.
I
so
shall
we have no
not
one up there to.
I shall not egress. Did you see that sign? I'm more concerned about who's in my house that is just randomly walking in.
That is the mark of a professional podcast.
Yeah.
A waiting room with a do not disturb sign.
That's my kitchen.
We aspire to get there, and I'll take you there, Mr. Nick Bader.
Can we actually get a glass door for the studio?
That's what it takes, Cory. That's what we're going to do.
Dude, do you know I would kill myself on that glass door?
Every night.
That's also the mark of a professional podcast. Hosts killing themselves on glass doors. Joe's been really bugging me to say something here.
I have COVID.
Good night, everyone. Drive home safely.
I would die because the smoke alarm in the basement would be going off and I'd never hear it because of the glass-proof podcast in the basement.
Bam!
Open it up.
All right, welcome to Schnozzcast. This is Bob. Thank you very much for joining. We are so happy to be here again. To my left, Mr. Nicholas Q. Bader, Esquire.
Good evening, everyone.
Across the table from me, Mr. Cory Lebowski Selesky.
Oh, hey.
And to his immediate left, for some strange reason, warm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, warm now.
This is a shock. A little bit of a change. Ms. Danielle Finn.
Hello.
Hello.
She was just in a coat moments ago.
I was. It got really warm.
It's because you're sitting next to your man.
Yeah, that's
Lights your fire, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I try.
Special guest, Mr. Joseph R. Guido.
How you doing, Bob?
Sir, I'm well.
Dude, I'm back. I'm fresh. I'm feeling good.
Why are you yelling?
I don't know. I kind of like it, though. Remind me to turn his mic down.
I'm back. I'm fresh. I'm feeling good.
Oh, sorry.
Better? Yeah, better.
Excellent. So
he always told me to get closer to the mic, and now I'm close to the mic,
I did.
and now I'm too close to the mic.
I don't know if it's about the closeness, it's about the volume.
I was enthusiastic.
Not according to Alabama.
I'm sorry.
I was like, what?
That one flopped.
Closer you get.
Okay, then. So
That's what I'm looking for, Danielle.
Because I'm the only one who knows an Alabama song besides you.
you're playing to an audience of one.
Right.
I got it.
What happened in the state of Alabama?
Nothing.
There's a bunch of country fans out there going, oh,
Right.
Oh, she talked about Alabama.
slapper.
I'll talk
Knee
very quietly.
slapper. So how about a little bit of housekeeping? Cory, I've got a couple of things to report. Number one, we have been submitted to Amazon Music and Audible.
Ooh.
They have yet to launch their podcast platform. Right now it's just music and audiobooks, but we are sitting there waiting in the wings to hear that we're accepted when they do.
So we could be the first podcast on there?
I'm not going to say number one. Let's just say in the first wave.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
All right. Also, Schnozzcast episodes 82 and 83 are now up and available online on iTunes, Spotify, Mixcloud, Stitcher, Google Play Music, or any of the places where you get your YER podcast fix.
That's for the Alabama folks.
You got it, Alabama. Also, wanted to let folks know, because it was interesting to me, and I thought, well, it's not really housekeeping. Let's go right into, I guess it would be a precursor to booze news. Not really technically booze news, but it'll be the bridge between housekeeping and booze news. Here we go, Cory. If you were ever a fan of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, they are now turning, I think it's the 30th anniversary of Fast Times. Is there anybody at this table who's not seen Fast Times? Raise your hand.
I know one person
Raise
that
your
hasn't.
hand.
Yeah.
Or
You haven't seen Fast Times?
Danielle.
Wow. Okay.
You're not
so
missing
we're going to have to
anything.
put that into, are you fucking kidding me?
It's
Dude.
stupid.
All right. So if you've
You
never
see
seen
boobs.
it, you owe it to yourself to go check it out. What they were trying to do for this week, but it failed because they're having technical difficulties and they have to reschedule it for a date to be determined later, is they're going to do a live stream of Fast Times. What the fuck? What do you want?
Keep talking.
So why are you taking my attention away just to tell me to keep talking and ignore
All
me?
I did was point.
Point this, draw
have
my
a-
distraction away from
do
what
you
I'm
have a
saying,
U-
so you can
USB
tell me to ignore you.
Do you have a USB thing anywhere in here?
No.
Thank you. That's all you had to say was
There you go. There you have it.
I point, you say no.
So, hey, perfect. We're cooking with gas now. The cast will include Dane Cook, who's putting it on. He's putting it on. I guess he's a big Fast Times fan. I think they're doing it for charity. It's a virtual table read. Some of the cast includes Jennifer Aniston, Dane Cook, Morgan Freeman, Henry Golding. Love him and everything he's done.
Morgan Freeman.
I was say I don't know how Morgan Freeman made his way into
he
Fast
getting
Times.
I don't know. I'm really kind of interested.
it was a good time.
Jimmy
the
Kimmel.
Schnozzcast.
Shia LaBeouf, John Legend, Ray Liotta, Matthew McConaughey, Sean Penn, who all we know is that he's not playing Spicoli. They don't know. They haven't told us what roles these people are playing. Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts.
Just naming off people now.
No, legitimately. So if you're interested in checking this out like I was, you can go to, and we're not getting any sort of advertising revenue or recognition for this at all, just something that we thought was interesting. You can go to livexlive.com, or you can go on Facebook and you can do a search for Core, C-O-R-E, which is a sort of like a not-for-profit, C-O-R-E, Core.
Cory.
Not for shut the fuck up. Not for profit. It's not an advertisement. It's a type of site that does charity work, and they'll post a link for. It's supposed to be scheduled at some time, probably in the next couple of weeks. So if you're interested, check it out. Secondly, still doing the bridge, Cory. But along those same lines, if you've ever been a fan or perhaps seen Almost Famous.
I have seen that.
That I have not seen.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no.
So different crowd.
Who's in that?
That is Kate Hudson, Billy Crudup, Jason Lee, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I feel like I have.
It's a story of it's a Cameron Crowe film. So Cameron Crowe was a journalist who, at the age of he was 15 years old, started to go on the road with Led Zeppelin and who else? Do you remember, Joe?
No, I do not. Sorry.
Canned Heat, a bunch of the different big bands of the day.
Canned Heat,
Elton John, I think he went out with Elton John, and started being a rock journalist for Rolling Stone at the age of 15 because he lied about his age, and they just started paying him to do it. So Cameron Crowe has obviously directed Jerry Maguire, a ton of other films that he did. Say Anything. And so when he had just gotten off of Jerry Maguire, and he had a bunch of cred in the movie business where he pretty much could have made anything he wanted, and they were offering this script, that script, big blockbuster, we'll give you $10 million. And he's like, I want to make my life story. I want to make the story of a kid who becomes a rock journalist at the age of 15 and what that's like. So he made Almost Famous at his 20 years old this year, and there's a podcast. So just like us, when you wrench your ears away from the Schnozzcast, which hopefully happens very infrequently, you can go out and do a search on a podcast called Origins. It's made by this guy named James Miller, and he did a 6-part podcast series, which is an interview with all the cast members and the directors, and the director for Almost Famous. Just a a talk that goes really into detail about how they made the movie and what it was like, and sort of where they are. It's sort of like a 20th anniversary. It's really, really cool if you like the movie. So that's my bridge, Cory.
Into booze news?
Into booze news.
All right.
Hit the booze news button, sir.
Oh, there you go. You got it.
Do you remember where the booze news button is, buddy?
I do. It's right there.
And now it's time for booze news.
Right there. See on that jackery? On that little power supply button right there?
Keep going.
Yeah.
Stop. Sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go into a little bit of booze news while some other kind of tomfuckery happens off screen. That's cool. We're not doing a podcast or anything. We could have done this before, but that's cool. We're just going to start right now. Hey, Cory.
Hey, Bob.
Did you know that Michigan, since we're let's do a little bit of local news right now. Michigan is devoting a 40-mile stretch of I-94 between Detroit and Ann Arbor.
Oh, are they?
They are.
Yeah. Haven't experienced that shit at all.
Now, well, this is supposed to be off the road. It's supposed to be in the bus lane. Do you know where the bus lane is? I don't.
There's a bus lane?
That's what I thought.
They're creating a bus lane.
No, apparently there's already a bus lane.
No, there's not.
That's what they're saying.
They're lying.
And it's not off on the shoulder. Anytime between 5 p.m. and, the rest of the weekend until Monday, they close down the entire fucking thing.
Well, that might be unrelated to what I'm reading.
I believe it is. That they're just resurfacing.
Michigan announced this week plans to turn a busy stretch of interstate as I-94 between Detroit and Ann Arbor into a self-driving car corridor. There's an Alphabet-backed startup that has been tasked with turning a stretch into a connected highway, and the goal is to develop infrastructure for self-driving cars as well as for autonomous buses and shuttles.
And they're going to pass out Godiva chocolate?
That is an ad on the plan. I thought you just had one shot. Why are you talking like you've had 6? Or not talking at all. Okay. So we're working with a Google-funded startup to do this.
Don't know.
They're all the big 3 are advising the project, but there's really no way to tell how much money they're investing at this point. They've been testing for years in California and with other states. But this is the first time that public infrastructure has been dedicated to the pursuit of driverless vehicles. Eventually the goal, Cory, here it is. The goal is to enable an express bus lane. Maybe by enable they mean it doesn't exist and we're going to make it.
That's not how you properly use that word.
Right. They're going to do it on 94 and Michigan Avenue.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's wonderful.
So the idea would be to provide a public transit alternative, an autonomous shuttle service.
How many shots have you had, Bob?
Dude, at least I'm talking. That may offer greater safety, throughput, and system-level efficiency compared to other transit methods like buses or light rail. Elon Musk is involved, so you know it's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually it could help. It could even help low-level autonomous vehicles like driverless cars to operate on the highway. There's already several trucking startups that are doing this with convoys of tethered trucks, and they have consumer software that can handle some of that highway driving in cars that are currently on the market. What are your thoughts, dude? You drive on that road every day.
Well, yeah, but I guess it's a difficult kind of, because 94 has always sucked.
Yeah.
Potholes and all that shit. So on one hand, you're like, yeah, it's awesome that they're fixing it. But the hours that they do it and the days they do it, and then also on top of that, the one thing that really pissed me off real big the one day was I knew 94 was closed, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to take 75 into work from 696. Well, guess what they also closed? 75.
Okay.
So whoever was in charge, why weren't you like, okay, well, if we're working on this stretch of 94 today, it's a Saturday afternoon. You would think, okay, we're going to have a decent amount of traffic, especially during the summer. It's, people are going to be going places here and there. Don't close both of them on the same weekend. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous.
It's hard to argue with that.
I mean, I get it, because I bitch too every time I hit a pothole on 94. So it's great that they're redoing it. And in a lot of spots, they're not only just repaving it, but they are actually like ripping up the cement and pouring new cement. So to me, yes, that's a plus. Like I said, though, downside is terrible planning as far as hours they're doing it and closing 75 on the same days that they're closing 94.
He seems really invested in this idea. Like,
Strong in his conviction.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Passionate.
75 is north and south and 94 is east and west, right?
Yeah. I can use 75 to get to work as well.
By going north to 96?
No, by going south from 696 to 75
Oh, yeah,
south.
you're coming from
Yeah.
over there. Okay.
Coming from over there.
Over there.
Where the laws of physics do not apply.
Side roads.
Yeah.
Side roads, Cory.
Thunderdome over there.
Fuck
I've
you,
had
Nick.
many a
Fuck
times,
you.
many a times because of 94 to drive side roads to Detroit, and that is not fun.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a double-edged sword because you do want shit to be fixed, but the days that they're doing it, like I said, closing other major freeways at the exact same time is a little inconvenient.
Well, there's probably people from the Michigan Highway Commission that would argue that the reason they try and do it in a lump weekend is because predominantly most people work during the week. So they're trying not to inconvenience people, just like, you know, when they're doing 94 construction. I was coming home from Tony's one time, and literally I was rerouted on the way to his house because this huge, like 20-mile stretch of 94 was closed, and I was so pissed off. Well, then on the way home, they had the other direction open, but the direction I was supposed to come on was all the one that was shut down. I've never seen so many highway workers. I mean, it was I was driving for a good 15 minutes, and the entire eastbound side was lit up with as many lights as you could think of, and there must have been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of construction workers just so they could get that done overnight.
That's
so
how it was tonight when I drove
Yeah,
by.
and yeah,
I could appreciate that.
Were
you
they
know.
working or were they?
Oh, dude, there was so
Standing
many
around
trucks
doing
and
nothing.
cars. I've never seen so many.
I saw, like, tonight when I came out, there were probably 8 different trucks and people out there working on.
So it sounds like
Eastbound side.
what they're trying to do is take the path of least resistance in regards to it's nighttime on a weekend. We can't do anything better than that.
No, and
you
I,
know?
like I said, that's why it's a double-edged sword. You know, you want
Yeah.
it done, and it's got to get done at some point. Yeah, and I understand. 9 to 5ers, you're not going to close the freeway down Monday through Friday. But when you hit it, and especially when you don't, you didn't expect it to be closed that day, because now, at first it was like, okay, it's the weekend. I just expected it to be closed. Now they're kind of like every other weekend. We might skip a weekend, like tonight. It was open. Yes, it was open yesterday. But now eastbound going home, luckily, which I passed on the way here, that's closed now. So, but there was no signs up or anything earlier saying that, oh yeah, we're going to be closing it tonight at this time.
It's on
Do,
696.
do you really think the DOT gives a shit if they inconvenience people?
I know they don't, but
They could care less.
that's my opinion.
I think that's
well, luckily, Joe, we have the head guy from DTE or
DTE,
wherever you
DOT.
say DOT on the
MDOT.
phone.
that might be the problem.
We got the wrong
it's
guy
like-
on the phone.
You
I'm not.
ever see those posts that where they're like, okay, beware of workers, and like drive like you work here. Okay, work like you fucking drive here then. Right? Seriously? I want to get my shit done.
Eloquently
I wanna get
said.
home. Right?
Work like you drive here.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen
Work
that.
like you fucking drive here. I have to fucking sit in traffic for 45 minutes just to go 2 miles. So if you want me to keep an eye out for you,
Keep an eye out for me.
keep
if
an eye out
you
for me.
want me not to
Exactly.
hit you
Get
with
your
my
shit
car while
done so
driving
we can get
by,
the
you
fuck
should
off
probably
the
work a
road.
little harder.
Yeah.
So
So the result
Chop,
of
chop.
not working fast enough is getting struck by more people.
it's all fucking labor unions and shit. They don't want to fucking work fast.
But
I'll
they-
leave-
but
I'll
they
leave it at
Apologies
that.
to all the
I'll
labor
leave it-
unions
I'll leave
out
it at
there
that.
who are listening
I'll
But
leave
they
it at that.
they probably want to be alive.
They
though.
don't. They don't. They're in no rush to get anything done because the longer it takes, the more money they get paid. I'm done talking. Seriously.
Note the time.
Yep.
Note the time. 11,
No,
11,
no. Snip,
11,
snip.
19. No, that's snip, snip, after the fact.
I try not to say anything good in between all these points because I know it's just going to get cut out. So
Probably.
I don't think I've ever cut you out. That's a lie. I cut you out all the time.
I know.
Does anyone else have any other booze news articles for the day?
I might have one for you, Bob.
Well, let's hear it.
7 creepy things that robots have already done that shock their makers.
That sounds like
Hold on. Yeah.
robots are going to kill us
Yeah,
segment.
we got us a killer robot of the week. Are you
That's
Steal
your
my
that's your
thunder?
segment though. This is booze news.
right?
We-
No. Killer robot segment is not my segment.
Just a
But
segment.
It's a segment of things I'm terrified about. No one else seems to be terrified about them. So up until now, it's just been me telling you how terrified I am. But if you've got something,
Well, son of a bitch. That was
can-
my. That was my
Okay,
article.
well,
let's
we can
go
say
right
that.
into
It was like when
Robots?
Yeah.
Terrified of robots?
it was like when Bob was telling his crazy killer robots on the last segment, and then he went into the mustard flavored beer. And I said,
"There's a smooth segue.
Are we on Booze News now?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "This is just something interesting. I'd let everyone know." And I said, "This is an article about beer. It is literally booze in the news."
That is true. That is true.
Like, dude, can I finish talking about this? I'm like, why don't you just go through all the segments? Do you have a word of Danielle's?
It'll be anarchy.
You want a
before
word?
Let this happen.
Just start reading Danielle's words out of her
Yeah,
bucket.
you can't just do whatever you want.
If he gets up, we'll all get up.
Yeah, it'll be anarchy. What kind of a rinky-dink operation is
Well, that
this?
was the Schnozzcast. This is Bob signing off. See you guys.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Bob, what the
We didn't say anything.
We knew it eventually would get to this point.
Well, Nick, if you don't have one, then we can go right into Killer Robot of the Week.
I do have one.
All right, well, then we're going to wait.
Let's go back.
We're going to pivot and stay where we're at for Nick's awesome story.
So I don't know how old this is, but I thought it was pretty funny. So it says a drunk Louisiana man was arrested early Wednesday morning after he rode his horse into a saloon called Cowboys.
I feel like it's probably a little old. It
It's-
didn't happen last week.
No, it's
1840s.
It's relatively recent.
Ross Perot runs for
He
president.
rode his horse, but there's a mugshot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, it wasn't like something in the 50s. This is like recently.
Fair enough.
So it says, after he rode his horse into a saloon called Cowboys, lassoed an unsuspecting man outside, and then rode the horse around in the parking lot, dragging the bar patron around behind him.
Have you ever been standing outside of a bar being like, I hope I don't get fucking lassoed right now?
Right? I don't think that guy was thinking that either.
Son of a bitch.
I'm going to guess this didn't happen in like downtown Atlanta or somewhere like that.
It says, according to authorities, Scott from Louisiana, 26-year-old Jeremy Rena Mountain became highly intoxicated.
Wait, what?
Jeremy ran a mountain.
Rene Mouton.
It's good porno.
That's
man.
Rena-
like, there's no mountain in there.
Jeremy
as far as
ran a
I heard.
mountain.
Mouton. Mouton. I don't know.
Okay.
Motan.
Moutin.
Rene Mouton.
It's French.
Just everyone take it in, because when we start reading all our segments, I can just be sure to pick apart. So,
Yeah.
All right. Became highly intoxicated at Cowboy Saloon at 211 North Ambassador Caffrey Parkway before leaving the bar, walking to his trailer, and retrieving his horse. So the guy left, was pissed off about something, was like, you know what? Fuck this. It doesn't end here. Let me go get my horse.
I'll be back.
He proceeded to ride the horse into the bar,
As you do.
causing a major disturbance. Who would have thought?
A wee bit of a disturbance.
How does a horse, as tall as they are, go through a normal sized door?
We'll serve you, but
Maybe
not
it was
your
a small horse.
Was it a miniature pony?
He was sitting on it, though.
He was sitting on a small horse.
You could sit on a miniature pony.
Small horses are called ponies.
I've looked into it.
So if he had a pony, then he's just a pussy. No, he needs a horse.
Bite your tongue, sir.
So he proceeded to ride the horse into the bar, causing
You
a
and your
major
pussy
disturbance.
pony.
Scott Police Chief Chad Lager said in a press release that he exited the bar, rode within the 200 block of North Ambassador Caffrey Parkway before returning to enter the bar once more. Once inside the bar on horseback for the second time, a concerned patron attempted to escort him and the horse out of the bar.
Hey, you and your horse need to get out of here.
Hey, man, seems like you're a little too drunk.
Hey, horse man.
Maybe you should just leave. Once outside, Mouton roped the 47-year-old man with a lasso on his leg. Police were called at about 12:20 a.m. after the lassoing Mouton rode the horse back to his parents' house nearby home and then walked back to the scene of the crime. So he lassoed the guy, drug him around the parking lot, let him go, took his horse back to his parents, tied up the horse, and thought, I'm going to continue drinking.
Me? The guy on the horse? No, that wasn't
Do you
me.
see a horse? So came back. It says he was located by officers shortly after he was attempting to hide behind newly manufactured trailers that are parked in front of the bar.
Fancy part of town.
The authorities say
Them trailers new.
The authorities say he then threatened the arresting officers. He was booked on multiple counts of disturbing the peace, remaining after being forbidden. Oh, that's a good law.
That's an old-timey law.
Yeah. Second-degree battery and public intimidation and retaliation. As of Wednesday afternoon, he remained in Lafayette Parish Correctional Center, where a bond had not been set.
Correctional center.
I was just saying, when you put the word parish into it,
Yeah.
it's pretty hillbilly.
Pretty far down south.
Yeah, it sounds like a church jail.
Where'd you get locked up? Oh, in the parish. Oh, well, you're way in the deep south then.
Time for confession.
Vicar Sergeant. Uncuff the prisoner. Detective Parson, madam.
A lot of the same things happen in a church, happen in a prison.
Well,
I'm Officer Father. How are you?
My mom was my warden. About that.
oh, beseech thee.
I'm Brother Carmichael.
Uncuff the prisoner.
All right, so that was the booze news.
All right, Cory. So now we're going directly into Killer Robot of the... Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just waiting for you to finish your
Of the
sentence.
week.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Which we
They're
still don't
gonna-
have. We still need artwork for.
Yeah, I'm not an artist, man.
I wasn't talking
I'm
to you.
a simple blacksmith.
We
Oh, you're looking directly at someone?
black.
Someone who shall not be named?
So we need artwork for this robot thing that's only been around for 2 weeks.
I mean,
Bob,
Dude, I've been
Okay.
doing this for the last month and a half.
I would say, Nick, it doesn't really seem like it's going anywhere, so you might as well.
Bob's,
Oh, let's get... Oh, no.
Hey, Nick, you know what they say? If you feed the bite,
Yeah.
it goes away.
Oh,
that what
you
they
want?
say?
Hold on. You want artwork? I'll give you some artwork. Uh-huh.
I feel like this is going to be good.
Oh, yeah. You going to pressure me into some artwork? I'll give you some artwork.
I really don't give a fuck. We're trying to just... Go ahead, Cory.
We'll
All
take
right.
care of
say,
it.
hey, Cobbler
All right.
Bob, would you let the...
So 7 creepy things that robots have done to beseech their owners.
Feel my heart rate going up.
Yeah.
Take my pulse.
Hold on.
Listen.
Number 7
God. My heart's
Kind of clammy.
like a jackrabbit.
is Sorry Pilot. This example is super high on the creepiness scale. There was an algorithm that was supposed to figure out how to apply a minimum force to a plane landing on an aircraft carrier. Instead, the robot discovered that if it applied a huge force, it would overflow the program's memory and would register instead as a very small force. The pilot would die, but hey, perfect score for the robot.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
Number 6, no useful game glitch
By the way-
goes unexploited.
By the way, sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
With the 3 laws of robotics, that wouldn't have happened.
No, it wouldn't have.
I'm just going to say.
Never harming humans.
That's right.
My God.
Robot doesn't know that.
If they were governed by the laws of robotics, yeah, they would.
Computer game playing algorithms are really good at discovering the kind of matrix glitches that humans usually learn to exploit for speedrunning. An algorithm playing the old Atari game Qbert discovered a previously unknown bug where it could perform a very specific series of moves at the end of one level, and instead of moving to the next level, all the platforms would begin blinking rapidly and the player would start accumulating huge numbers of points. Not as terrifying, but the computer did it on its own.
Look, but if you just translate that over to real life,
Right.
those sorts of decisions, people are going to die. That's all I'm saying.
This one might not might show you a little bit again too.
Okay.
An invincible, if destructive, tic-tac-toe strategy. Once a group of programmers built algorithms that could play tic-tac-toe remotely against each other on an infinitely large board. One programmer, rather than designing their algorithm strategy, let it evolve at its own approach. Surprisingly, the algorithm suddenly began winning all of its games. It turned out that the algorithm strategy was to place its move very, very far away so that when its opponent's computer tried to simulate the new greatly expanded board, the huge game board would cause it to run out of memory and crash, forfeiting the game.
That son of a bitch.
We'll skip 3 and 4 here. We'll go straight to 1.
Thank you.
Shut the fuck up, Joe. It's not because you're making noises over there either.
I'm not making any noise.
Wow.
You mean the snoring? That was not me.
All right. Terrify me, Cory.
So,
Bring it.
who needs legs when you can tumble?
Oh, God damn it.
A simulated robot was supposed to evolve to travel as quickly as possible. But rather than evolve legs, it simply assembled itself into a tall tower, then fell over. Hang on.
Well done, robot. Well done.
Some of these robots
Crafty bastard.
even learned to turn their falling motion into a somersault, adding extra distance.
See? That's fucking terrifying.
So, there you go.
Wow.
My heart's in my throat.
I mean,
Heart's beating like a rabbit.
they're coming for you, Bob. Just a matter of what day.
Oh, they're coming for all of us.
Got it. No.
Yeah,
I hope
I think
they're
you're-
not.
I think-
None of you fuckers are sufficiently terrified.
I think you're first.
But the goal of this segment is to bring you over the
Terrify
yes.
us?
Yes.
Before they get to me, I'll blow my own fucking head off.
That's what they want.
Done.
you go.
Wise up,
Yeah,
Joe.
either way.
Wise up, Joe. All
Been
right,
quite
so
some
that's
time. How long are we into the episode now? No shot?
well. Okay, so we are now moving into. We're going to do a little bit of a shot. So I'll be happy to step away.
A little bit of a shot, huh?
A little bit of a shot. Joe's going to get it. This ought to be it. This ought to be expertly done.
Oh, boy.
And in the meantime, sir, which one of you fine gentlemen would like to?
My bathroom,
Dad,
my
we're
bathroom
gonna-
now has a giant bay window.
We're going to move into Danielle's word box.
Nick's theory here.
Oh,
Don't
boy.
do it from
right
the
next
top.
to the laptop.
I'm looking from the top.
Look, oh, this is not going to end
Don't
well.
look from the top.
Oh, well done. Well done, sir. Well done.
Let me give another one a try. And
Look at how gingerly he's moving
We-
for those shots.
See, clearly can't see where it is because
He's-
one's down here.
One's like half full.
I'm like a cat with my whiskers and my beard hairs. I sense where it is.
I don't think I've ever asked Danielle to do this, but Danielle, can you give the listeners just a Cliff Notes quick version of what you're doing here?
You have, and every time I say no.
Are you still saying no?
Yes.
Bitch. All right, so Danielle's Word Box segment was born of a funny little segment we did roughly, back at episode 20-something, in which we were talking about vodka, and we're going with a particular vodka brand called Smirnoff, and she put a little extra
Extra wind in there.
on the word, and we found it hilarious, and luckily so did she, and was kind enough to indulge us to build another segment in which we have a box from which she can pull a word with a sh sound, undoubtedly, or a tongue twister.
Oh, just wetting the palate.
All right, before we get to this, we do have a shot sitting here, and since Cory's not going to dip in, let's take advantage of this. We'll do a Schnozzcast shot. Happy Saturday, Schnozzerinos, Schnozzbembers,
Schnozzerinos.
Schnozzfuckers.
Okay. That one. Whew, thank God I didn't have that. That would have came out everywhere.
I did.
Not schnozzfuckers.
I think that would.
Just so you guys are aware, it's
That
schnozzeronies.
was
Okay?
totally worth it. Well, we already said we weren't really sold on Schnozzeroni, so I thought I'd try something.
I didn't ask permission.
Neither did I.
Well, you just insulted all of our audience.
Not if they're the Schnoz fuckers.
It's a term of endearment.
They're the aggressors. They're the one in the. Never mind. Anyway, here's to you.
Whew. That could have been disastrous.
All right. So Danielle, what do you got for us? Word or tongue twister?
Word.
All right. I'm going to assume there's a sh somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I get nervous when I can't see Joe in my basement.
He's in the bathroom.
All right. Cory, are you able to, is there any way you're able to caption for the purveyors of the video version of this podcast, the word on the screen so they can follow along?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Did you? I don't know.
here's what
I've
we'll
never
do.
heard a
We'll-
sound that literally sounds like you're taking your collar and might be a little difficult. Might
Is
be
it-
beyond my skills.
Is that Cory over there or Dr. Shuffleskrewski?
Captain Shuffle Bunny on the tippies?
Right.
All right, put on my white coat.
Wait,
Oh,
he's
let me-
looking it up on his.
No, he's just. I asked him to put it on the screen.
Oh, okay.
She hasn't attempted to. He's not saying it out loud and giving it away, which would be horrible.
He's got a look on his face like a scientist and a librarian.
There you go.
Yeah, I
he's
think
gonna-
you're screwed.
Were you able to do it?
Screwed.
Yeah.
Is it there?
It's there.
Awesome. That's awesome. See, that's a great benefit of doing the video. All right, so Danielle,
Oh,
you want to give it a
duck face already.
Motherfucker, Bob.
You want to give it a shot? Is it a long word? A lot of letters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really going to help
just
with
it's
pronouncing
a
that word.
decent amount of.
Decent amount of words. Okay.
Stupid.
That is very vague, but I'll take that to be a daunting number.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's numbers
Are you
on there?
counting
There's
syllables?
13
Are you counting
letters.
syllables or letters? Okay.
Oh, I missed it. Wait, did you just show it to the camera or did you put a caption?
No, I put
I
it
showed
the
the camera.
camera.
I missed it. Isn't there a way you can do this? I'm just asking out of curiosity.
I could. I should have. But if we're going to do that, I'll have a preset little thing I can pull up and just change it on the go.
Just
All
like
right,
a
all
preset
right.
little thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should absolutely try to do that next time. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I can put something up like that and type it in on the fly, but I don't
Yeah.
have everything already set up to
You got it.
have it actually
So,
look
yep,
decent.
going forward, we got a cool plan. Anyway, back to you.
Yes.
That's good news, guys. So
All right.
Okay.
we can do this.
Danielle's word is
Psychosis? I have no idea.
Psychosis?
The end of it is psychosis.
How do you spell it?
You
Well,
got Danielle. You have to
you-
sing it.
you
Remember
can
what Mary
spell,
Poppins
right?
said? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Do you want me to spell it?
sure.
It's SCHIZOCYTOSIS.
Underlindle.
I got it.
How do you say it? I know I didn't say it right.
Schizocytosis.
That makes sense.
If you say it loud enough, the word is quite atrocious.
The cytosis, I'm sure, has some sort of. Let me quickly look it up.
Beep boop beep 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 boop.
That wasn't too bad.
I told my wife
Working.
this, and now it goes to
Wasn't
my
bad.
wife.
Right.
And a lovely thing she
Oh, there
is,
it is.
too.
End of it.
Official definition. Schistocytes. No, that's-
Here
we go.
If you say it
Is
loud
it? Hold
enough.
on, Danielle. Is it SCHIST?
No.
Fragicellarupus.
SCHIZOCYTOSIS.
Way off.
Yeah, that's what I. Oh, I see.
If you don't want to read it, just put your umbrella up and fly away.
No, it's the
Chim chimney.
Autocorrect.
Gladly.
Chim chim chiroo. I know
This
what it
is-
likes and I like what I
take this
do.
Thank you.
No, that's not what I meant. Okay, here we go.
Cory, be careful.
The fragmentation of a red blood cell,
Aren't those readers?
the presence or accumulation of schistocytes in the blood.
Well, everything's really
Is that how you say those? Schistocytes?
Schizocyte?
Schistocytes?
Yeah,
He's a double English major.
yeah. Don't sass me, boy. I know
Schistocytes?
my words.
Teh.
Well done, Danielle.
Teh.
Why does the top part trying to correct you?
The top part.
Yeah, of Google's trying to correct you.
Oh, well, where it's like, did you mean this? I'm like, no, I didn't fucking mean that. I would have typed that if that's what I meant.
It's like,
Fucking
do you
robots.
mean this?
Hey, Bob, I thought you were smarter than that.
It comes in. It comes in really handy when you fat finger something, and it's like, "Did you mean this?" And you're like, "Oh, of course I did. I'm not. I don't want to retype it. Thanks, Google."
Right.
But now I'm like, "Fuck you, Google. That's not what I meant.
I know what I meant.
I know what I'm going to
I
type."
said what I meant.
Your keyboard threw me off with that little diamond thing that you have.
Don't tell me what to do, computers.
Yeah, apparently I really use that A key a lot.
I thought that was
I
like a
have learned-
unique thing on your keyboard. I'm like, did he get
So
that?
on
like,
my keyboard, the A key is all of the area of the A is all kind of. It's just all white.
you
Yeah,
wore-
because
you
the
wore
middle
that
black
out.
It out,
part is
apparently.
gone.
It looks
my
like
God.
a. It looks like a. It looks
thought
like an
you-
upside down cone.
I thought you got a.
Do the same thing?
No, I'm
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like,
No, I
how,
thought
why
you got
the
like
A?
a custom
I have no
keyboard.
idea.
I'm like, really? Did you need
No
the
idea.
A?
But Joe
Did your
apparently
pink-
thought it was
Did your
some
pinky
sort of a
finger
Greek
need that
symbol.
for the fucking A?
I don't know why.
No, it
So-
threw me off. I'm like, the A. Okay.
So maybe
Yeah.
Threw me off.
the coin
But
jar
I'm
thing.
stupid, so.
We thought that you were saying but maybe you're saying ah. Maybe you say that a lot, and maybe you type it a lot,
What?
or maybe you say and you type ah.
You started strong. I'm not sure what happened in the middle there.
No.
No,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. But did you get a new lid, I see?
I did. Came today,
That's good.
and I'm like, let me wash this up for the party tonight.
Don't
That was one of the first things I did when I got home. Like, order new Yeti chug cap.
For those of you who don't know,
Yeah.
when we were up north this weekend,
Might as well tell the story.
we were out kayaking and tubing.
By the way, this is awesome. These things are awesome. The Yeti Rambler. I know you got one.
oh yeah,
Best thing I ever bought. Sat right in the cup holder. Served me well.
Seems
Until
like- seems
only issue with the Yeti Ramblers
Until-
is
Seems like if they're awesome,
yeah.
they'd float.
the chug caps
Hey, Nick, give me an yeah.
have a little weight to them.
Cory, oh yeah.
And
yeah.
when Bob was out in the kayak and unscrewed his lid on his very expensive Yeti,
my fucking bumble
we
fingers.
just
I was
saw
like,
Bob kind of
go,
off to
"Whoa,
the side,
whoa."
and he's just staring in the water, and he goes, "Oh no."
You idiot. Did you lose it?
Yeah.
Well, I bumble fucked it into the river.
It was like
and
this-
I watched it for 1 second. Just it hit the water and went.
He was.
There wasn't even like a. Maybe I'll try to. No, it was just like.
It was
Like it
Like
was
a
weighted
rock?
down. Yeah.
It was like the Stooges trying to balance plates in a
No,
restaurant
no, no.
kind of thing.
At least they
No.
balanced them for a second. This was just like, nope, going right to the bottom.
He was staring at the water as if it was about to pop back up at any second. And he's like, Bob, what's wrong?
Yeah, maybe
he's
maybe the arc that it took was like it just needs to like come back up.
he's like, well, apparently Yeti lids don't float.
I was
Wow.
like
Not
literally,
at all.
I literally was a foot and a half away from him. He was doing his backwards kayaking so he could talk to us. You guys were a
Yeah.
good 10 feet away, and literally he just unscrewed it and kind of one of these kind of happened,
Yeah.
and it went. And
Yeah.
he just and the water was black at that point, so we knew it
just,
was
like,
deep.
looked.
And he goes like this, and he goes,
Oops.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's gone.
That's gone.
So I'm like,
it's
well,
like-
and then we still had more time to go out on the river, and I'm like, well, I don't want Bob to not have a lid for his beer, and if it spills, whatever. So
Yeah.
I have the exact same lid.
The next
Yep.
day.
Yep.
Yeah, the
which
next
which
day.
fits any capacity.
We had no
of-
more time that night.
And Cory was very kind to loan me his.
Well, but I was gonna be careful about it.
There was
Oh, as
there
you
was a
should.
clause. There was a clause.
I didn't just willy nilly give Bob my lid and say, oh, here, lose this one too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Made sure we tied some paracord to it. Got
Yep.
a carabiner.
Tied it to the kayak.
on the kayak.
Absolutely.
The
As we
brightest
should have done.
construction orange paracord.
Oh, we could have followed that 20 feet down.
It was
Dude,
as if Bob was
I
in
didn't
timeout.
care.
You want
I-
to use this?
I was happy to be able to use the thing again. No, it was you
Put
were
on
very
your
kind
cap.
to do it. That thing could have had a giant like idiot sign like attached to it that was blinking for all the world to see. It would have been fine.
So
Would have been fine.
One thing to say is you guys were too fucked up to be on the river.
No. Well, first of all, it's
Oh,
hard to be
yeah.
too
You
fucked up to
were.
be on the river.
You were.
I was not.
And I didn't drop that because I was fucked up. I fucking mishandled it.
Bumblefish.
Especially
Off-
on,
Butterfingered
the,
it?
on
Off
the
it went.
second day when I told everybody that it was going to get dark. Oh, no, Joe, no, fine.
Hold on. Are you painting yourself here as the prophet of
You're
the Huron
goddamn right
River?
it was because I wanted to get my fucking kayak up on my car before it fucking got dark. And then you guys were loading your shit
Yeah.
onto the car
Yeah. In the dark.
in the dark.
Yeah.
worked out just fine.
No, it didn't because I could see you swatting like fucking mosquitoes off your fucking back. I did
it was
not want to fucking do that.
It was a small price to pay
Was it?
for a great several hours
Look,
on the river.
look,
yes.
we all had fun. It was
We
a great
did,
time.
but had I have left and
Okay.
just went back, you would have had to walk like 3 miles
You
down
mean
the road.
had you not come and picked us up?
Picked you up.
But no,
Right.
everybody up
No, just you.
to go get Nick's car to get all the kayaks.
I could have been a dick and I could have left, but I didn't.
You absolutely
Right?
sure. We appreciate it.
It's like my brother, Bob. You just got to say, yeah, you're right.
No, you don't have
Yep.
to say yeah. You're right. I wouldn't have left you guys there, but that's
Absolutely.
All right.
Don't.
or you could
Hey,
just fucking listen to me.
Don't
and just
drop.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
paddle
drop.
because the sun's.
I thought
fucking
about
going
like the
down,
first
but,
time as soon as
yeah,
I set it down, I'm like, what if I like the first time I took it off, I just like threw it in your face, like, oh god,
Don't drop it here because it might sink down to the bottom of the La Brea carpets.
oh god. That's
But someone was
and
too,
that was the Schnozzcast dad joke of the week.
someone was too busy throwing anchor in like 4 feet of water. Like there goes the anchor. Yeah, I gotta throw an anchor in 4 feet of fucking water. No, you don't. Just pull your shit up to the fucking. You cut me off.
So anyhow,
I didn't cut you off.
I don't hear my.
I can't hear you either.
I don't know what's going on.
You do know what's going on.
There we go.
Don't get pissy, Nick.
There we go. All right, you're up. You're up. All right. We have. I think we're at maybe only 45 minutes. Do you? I'd like to quickly go into gentleman's agreement,
already.
which we. Well, no, we're there.
I think
We got a list of. We got
I-
a topic list.
I
here that
think
we're
it's only
following.
you and Bob, right?
No, it's not true.
No, I watched.
I heard
mine.
that everyone.
Oh, it's you as well.
Everyone except for Joe, which is.
Oh
fine.
yeah.
Everyone's
Oh,
got
you
it.
didn't watch yours?
No,
and we
I
don't,
did. Yeah.
and we don't have to finish them all before we break. But let's see in the next 15 minutes what we can do.
All right.
All right. So, is
Gentlemen.
there, is there a gentleman's agreement screen button you got to hit? A special button?
All right,
Did
done.
You already? Oh, there you go. All right. I want to start as we always should start with the lovely, effervescent
Yes.
one who what? the one who always watches what she's supposed to watch. I'm trying to help you out here.
You're good.
Danielle Finn.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that. That graphic is nice.
Thank you.
All right, so Danielle, you were
Yes.
supposed to watch. I gave you the Fabulous Baker Boys.
Yes, I
So
watched it.
Tell us what you thought.
I did like it. I didn't know for sure. Do they actually play the piano? Like, is that them playing the piano?
So before I get into that, give a quick. And again, we'll start by saying, as always with every gentleman's agreement, that what we're doing here is every episode we try to give each other something to watch, whether it's a movie or documentary, a TV series, up to 2 hours of a recommended thing that someone's recommending to you. They've seen it, they're like, hey, I really like this. I think you're going to like it. I want to give this to you as an assignment. And in the next week, we're supposed to watch it. Sometimes we do. Sometimes life gets in the way and we don't quite get to it. But that's the idea. So I gave Danielle the Fabulous Baker Boys. I'd seen it years and years ago, thought it was a great movie, and I thought, man, when I was trying to come up with some ideas for Danielle in case I drew her name, I really thought that's one that she would like. So we always start by saying this is going to be a spoilery review. Mm-hmm. There are going to be spoilers. So if you want to watch Fabulous Baker Boys and don't want to hear anything about it, want to go in blind, you might want to skip forward 3 or 4 minutes. So give them just a kind of a quick recap. Well, what was the movie about?
It's about 2 brothers that are dueling piano players at different clubs, restaurants, those kinds of things, resorts. And they've been together for a long time, 15 years that they've been playing together. Well, things are slowly starting to die in that business, and they're given the suggestion they need to have a singer. So they hold auditions to have a singer, which are going terribly funny, actually. And they finally get this girl who is Michelle Pfeiffer's character, who comes in and has a great voice, and how she comes in and kind of changes the dynamic of everything, and then things kind of go awry after some events that happen. And it was really crazy too, because I did fall asleep the first time, so I had to finish it this morning.
As long as you finished it.
I did. I went back and watched
We will not judge on how many times.
I woke up towards
you had.
I woke up towards the end of it. No, I was just tired.
And you're like, why do they have tattoos of each other?
I woke up towards the end of it, and I was like, what the hell happened? I don't understand. So I watched the parts I missed. I was like, now it makes sense.
Gotcha.
Now I get what happened.
Gotcha. Okay.
But no, I really enjoyed it. It was very good.
So the 2, Michelle Pfeiffer is the singer.
Yes.
The 2 piano players are brothers, Jeff Bridges
And
of
Bo
Big
Bridges.
Lebowski fame, and Bo Bridges. Did Cory watch this with you?
He did.
Yeah, and I wasn't vested in it until I found out that Jeff Bridges was one of the main characters. I'm like, well, fuck. Now
Once you saw him there? Okay. Yeah.
Which it was funny because he came up on screen. I wasn't sure at first if it was him or his brother because I didn't know what Bo looked like. Mm-hmm. And, I've only really seen Jeff Bridges as, the Big Lebowski.
Right.
And I said to Cory, he's actually pretty attractive.
Wait, so
Yeah, he's a good look. He was a good looking
He
man.
is a good-looking guy.
Are you a Big Lebowski fan or a Jeff Bridges fan?
both.
But anything that Jeff Bridges did, you'll love.
No, I won't love it. I watched the entire movie. That's why I was I was a fan of it.
Okay.
Was that only the second movie you've ever seen Jeff Bridges in?
He has
No,
brothers too.
I've-
Bo Bridges.
I've seen him. I can't remember exactly what movie it was, but I've seen him in other stuff.
Okay.
But and especially such a young Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Because like Danielle said, even when he came
It
on
was
screen,
from 1991, I want to say.
yeah, he looks way different, obviously, than what you're used to seeing him in The Big Lebowski and now.
Right.
Yeah.
Clean shaven, not as long of hair.
Right.
But you hear him talk. The second he started talking and he actually said a full sentence, I'm like, oh that's definitely Jeff Bridges.
There's an actor in the UK that's actually related to him. London Bridges.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, we've already passed the dad joke segment for the night, sir.
Halfway.
No, that was good. No,
We did. Did you not hear earlier?
I did hear him
All
earlier.
right, there we go. So yeah, they are legitimately brothers. They both legitimately play the piano.
Okay. I know Michelle Pfeiffer sings because I've seen.
think
She
she's-
was in Grease 2 and she sang. in
Yeah,
that
and I
movie.
think she's put out an album or two
Oh, has she?
back in
I
the
didn't know
day.
that.
But so Bo Bridges is the brother with a family. He's kind of the businessman. he feels like they're way more important than they are
Right.
as traveling piano players. And
Pianists.
Jeff Bridges, there you go. Thanks, Nick. But
Piano
Jeff,
Pianist.
Okay,
Jeff,
buddy.
I didn't want to say it. Didn't
So
want to go there. Jeff Bridges is I don't give a fuck. I'm just here to play piano. Like, this isn't that important. What's more important to me is going off to play jazz later on as a secret where nobody knows what I'm doing.
Right.
And he's just one of those sort of anti-hero kind of guys who really doesn't give a fuck about anything or anybody.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
he-
Ask away.
Go right ahead. Is this
Does-
another dad joke?
no.
Okay.
Does please tell me he doesn't wear some kind of sweater that Corey's going to have
No.
to get?
No.
No, he wears a
Okay.
tux
He wears a
almost the
tux.
entire movie.
Oh, Corey's getting a tux.
Oh, I don't know how much he liked the movie, but
He has to like it.
I didn't have to.
It's like his mom was in the movie. He's like, oh well, yeah, she did a good job. You know, he's
he
like,
feels like he has to be
yeah,
complimentary.
of course.
I mean, that's fair.
I liked it until the end.
That's
Didn't think the ending was strong by any means.
Yeah, it was it was definitely like a slice of life kind of a movie where you could see you could see it happening in real life if those two guys weren't famous actors. But so Danielle, would you recommend it to friends?
Yes.
Okay. Did you think that the love story between Michelle Pfeiffer and Jeff Bridges was strong or not so strong?
I don't know if I would say strong.
Okay.
That's a long,
Okay.
drawn out strong.
So there weren't any sparks between the two of them?
I mean, there was, but then, the way they treated each other toward the end of their very short relationship
Yeah.
was kind of messed up. But
But he was kind of a dick though.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was. And then clearly, going back, she wasn't exactly nice either. Not that you can blame her because he was being a dick to her.
Yeah, then there was that one part where she tried to break it all down about why he was the way he was.
Right.
And he's like, I didn't know whores were so philosophical.
Yeah, and I was like,
Like,
ooh.
oh.
I know there were a couple of times he said stuff like that. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
So
Cool. I'm glad you liked it. I thought
did like
you
it.
might.
yes, I did.
All right. Moving to your immediate right, Mr. Cory Slesky. I also gave you that pick.
You did. Scott
The
Pilgrim
Adventures of Scott Pilgrim.
versus the World.
Mm-hmm.
And as I told you, I thought I had seen parts,
Yeah.
and it started. I'm like, yeah, I kind of remember this. And then when it really got into the movie, the whole going from real life into kind of a Nintendo game. That's when I was like, I haven't seen as much as I thought, because I was actually about to call you and be like, yep, dude, you got to give me another pick or whatever the other movie was that that you mentioned, because
Nintendo game.
it's exactly what it was.
That's yeah. If you watch it, it's wow, that's weird. When that air conditioning shuts down, it's like all sound
quiet.
is sucked out of the room.
But yeah, and
Yeah.
it was. The cast in it was phenomenal. You got Michael Cera, Anna Kendrick,
Yeah.
Aubrey Plaza, who Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza are two of my favorite female actresses.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to. There was
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
yes, Chris
Yes.
Evans was another.
Chris Evans. Yeah.
Sarah Suppers.
Yeah, Sarah Summers. Yes. It was
Christine China.
a good movie.
was
As a matter of
amazing
fact,
in it.
it was Danielle watched that as well.
Yeah. What'd you think, Danielle?
I was really confused at first. I was like, wait a
hold,
second.
Hold on. Did you fall asleep through that one too?
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
Oh yeah. You didn't even have to say yeah. Of course
Because-
you did.
So going forward, I think for Gentleman's Agreement, I think we should establish
I have
if
to watch it during the day. Because these were 10 o'clock at night, I think we started.
okay.
That was part of the problem.
All right. Okay.
Can't stay awake past 10.
I can't. It's hard for me. This is hard.
All of our podcast listeners are probably nodding their heads in agreement, going,
Right.
"Yeah, we get it."
Yeah, no, she even said, she's like, I have to rewatch this on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've heard the movie before and I've seen bits and pieces, but I had no idea it jumped the way it did. Because I was like, wait a second, I'm so confused. What's happening?
Right.
Yeah, it is very weird how it goes from, like I said, real life to that kind of Nintendo game, and it's at points you can kind of get a little lost because you don't know if there's references to him dreaming, and then all of a sudden waking up during that dream and it being real life, and then there's other points where it's still a dream. So that got a little confusing at the very beginning.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think it was a very solid movie. And as a matter of fact, if I would have had time last night, I was going to watch Scott Pilgrim Must Die.
Is that a follow-up?
It is.
Is Michael Cera in it?
I do not know. I that was another title I've seen come across Netflix or whatever.
I would be
streaming
interested
service.
in, if you, when we take a break, we'll take a look at it. But if Edgar Wright did that one too, then I'm in.
I will say there was one point in the movie though that I was watching and I'm like, "Fuck you, Bob."
Which part was that?
When he comes back into their little secret lair apartment,
Yeah.
and it's like a fucking Seinfeld episode.
Oh,
And
where
the
he has
Seinfeld music's playing, and there's all these fucking laugh tracks in the background. Anything he says.
Seinfeld music was playing?
Yes.
You see, if through the headphones you could see Nick's ears just pricked up. Like, what?
And the
Yeah,
I must watch this movie.
They did
now.
like a little 5-minute thing where they turned it into a Seinfeld episode.
and the cabinets too.
So
Did they
Nick,
have the
that's
cabinets?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World
might-
on
might have-
Netflix.
Won't remember that.
Might as
Yes,
well
you
have
will.
been.
I'll text it to you.
Okay.
But yeah, during that, I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, if this is the only reason he wanted me to watch this goddamn movie.
It was not that I forgot all about that. But
Pretty
that was a nice little
Pretty strong
nice-
words
Yeah.
for a whore.
for what?
What's that?
Did you say pretty strong words for a whore?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
And going back to my movie.
Oh, whores are so filled. Oh, nice. All right, well, I'll give you credit for that.
Yeah.
I got you.
Thanks.
All right, sir.
We're like this.
I know, right?
Always.
Like this. Always. I okay, moving over to Nick. I can't remember which one you
Workaholics, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be quite as lively and long as the last 40 minutes you just heard.
I'll be the judge of that, sir.
of the past
Shut your dirty mouth. I'll be the
conversations
judge
that
of
just
that.
went on.
Nick's version of anything is going to take fucking 20.
No.
Hold on.
No,
Hold
it's
on.
not.
He's trying to tell us it's not. So let's see what happens.
Nope.
Start your watch.
I don't know how much to tell you about it other than I did like it. And I want to watch more of it. I only watched 3 episodes. They're like 25 minutes a piece, maybe 23, 24 minutes a piece. But I liked it a lot. I saw bits and pieces of it at Ray's a couple times with Cory, and I was very confused as to what was going on. There's not a strong premise.
No, there's really no plot to that show at all.
in the show, it's even less than Letterkenny.
Wow.
Is there?
That's saying
It
something.
really is, though.
Can
It's
there
just,
be any less than Leonard?
It's just
Apparently
like
there can.
episode to episode shooting from the hip.
it's just completely stupid humor.
It really is, but it's hysterical. It's something that I would really like to watch after drinking, and I didn't. And I think I did it a disservice because the whole show is talking about basically these 3 guys that work together, and it's all about pretty much like frat guys.
They work together and live together.
Right. They live together, work together, frat guys, kind of mentality, and partying all the time, smoking weed, just always. Drugs, hookers, yeah, dick pics, I mean, it's just hysterical.
Hold on. Dick pics?
I mean, it's hysterical shit that,
Dick pics do come up a lot in Workaholics.
yeah.
Okay.
I think the first episode, they tricked one of their friends, and they're like, "Oh my, this girl's talking to me. She wants to see a dick pic," and they send it, and it's like one of their fucking retard friends, and they forward it on to everyone they know, and they go, "Oh, nice dick, man, kind of tan." It's just fucked up. Like the shit that goes on in the show, it's fucked up. It's entertaining though. It's definitely entertaining, and I would rather watch it at Ray's like we did with Letterkenny, because I feel like they're both like a hot tub where it's really cold outside, and you're like, I got to dip my foot in a little bit first. Hold on, I got to get used to it, And I think I would really like it, and it's a strong candidate for, something that after a night of drinking, I want to sit down and laugh, and I appreciate that about it. So,
Well, excellent. Definitely stupid humor. That's
oh yeah, for sure.
say the least.
No, yeah. It was stupid.
Say the least.
Yeah, no, I
So
liked
stupid.
it. It's a good review.
All right. Why don't we take a break, Cory? Because I have a lot to say about the one you gave me.
Oh, all right then.
And it's not a bad thing.
I was hoping at this point
I
maybe you had run
figured-
out of some steam, but
oh, no.
still have
no.
a lot more to say.
No, I watched it. I absolutely watched it, and I have a lot to say on it. So
All right.
let's take a break and we'll come back. 15 minutes.
We'll see you in 15 minutes.
All right.
Oh, God, that felt like only a couple seconds. And we're back.
Turn the microphones on.
Yeah, they're on.
Can you not hear?
I'm not getting anything.
Oh, well, that's helpful.
That's just you.
There we go. And I'm back.
All right.
There he is.
We're all back.
Woo!
All right.
Well, we lost one.
Yeah, we're one schnozzeroni down.
Joe Guido lost to obscurity, but we will persevere. In the face of adversity, Cory, the Schnozzcast always perseveres.
Of course, as we do.
And speaking of persevering, let's do this purple shot that's sitting in front of us. I wonder what the folks over in India and the subcontinent think about us drinking constant shots on the podcast.
I think they drink all over the world. It's pretty well accepted.
Perhaps not with the
With the iron
speed.
fist that we do?
Yeah.
What I like best is when we cheers each other and we raise our shot glasses, and then Bob wants to ask an existential question during it.
Yeah, you don't want to lose
before you put it to your lips.
You don't want to lose your train of thought.
Hold on.
No, I would never tell you guys to stop. I'm just going to talk to the audience.
Danielle, a little diamond tap for you.
Yep, tiny bit.
That's the kind of rapport. That's the kind of rapport that the audience and I have. I can talk to them that way. And speaking of,
I feel like it's on a giant silver spoon, and I'm laying in bed with Vicks on my chest. Here you go.
did you guys have that? So, speaking of that, when I got sick when I was a kid, that was the cure. Oh, you're not feeling good? And he would take that goddamn thing of Vicks.
Yep.
Pop the top.
Slather it.
2 fingers, and he'd be like, right under the nose.
Yep. All over
Huge
the
thing
chest.
on the chest.
Yep.
Couple of pats right into your pajamas, and he'd be like, see you in the morning.
I think that's why I got the issue of why I don't like having like suntan lotion on and then putting a shirt on, because it just sticks to you.
The sticky
And-
Vicks feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not care for that. But I'll tell you right.
I've never had that happen.
I'm
Oh.
going to tell you, I kind of, it's a good memory from my childhood.
No, I mean I appreciate it now.
I do it when I'm older now. If I legitimately get sick, like I'm sick. If I'm
Rubbing
Slap
Vicks on
If I got a
yourself.
sticky shirt on.
hold on. It never had a chest hair issue. Never had a chest hair issue when I was little. So now
now-
it's like
It's growing like weeds.
it is so uncomfortable. But at that point, I'm like, the ship's gonna sink anyhow, so I better try and patch up this hole. And it's on the mustache hairs. It's on the fucking
Oh,
chest.
God,
the
that's
chest
right.
hair. The white
Because
T-shirt.
you're not
is-
just like slathering on the lip. You're like, it's like dripping down your mustache hairs into your mouth.
The white T-shirt is plastered to my chest, and I'm like, I don't even care because I don't feel good. And the scent of it is nostalgic to me.
Super nostalgic. I can smell it now.
Get out the Verners.
That's just
smell
Nick's
it now.
mustache.
Well,
Oh, thank you.
Get out the Verners. Tuck yourself in.
I was
Some
never. I was
really
Canada
nice,
Dry.
really
Oh,
nice.
no.
No, Verners.
Burners and saltines.
Really big blankets, and
Yeah.
Making me sick just thinking about it.
Your blue bunny that you grabbed.
I had no blue bunny. I
Nope.
actually had
What'd you have?
hundreds of stuffed animals, but
We now know
What was
Bob
your
had.
favorite? I did. That's the only one I had. Is the blue bunny.
I don't remember. I remember my when I would make my bed, I like collected stuffed animals. So I would make my bed and line them all up, and there were like hundreds of them, because people would know that they're like,
I
oh,
knew girls like you. In high school.
and I'm sorry, Blue Bunny, chill the fuck out.
I had one blue bunny, not hundreds of them.
I had no blue bunnies, so
I had a blue bunny, a
Mine
pink
were-
bunny.
mine were fucking like
Sorry, were
bear-
yours were manly stuffed animals?
yeah, they're like bears and raccoons. They weren't
Okay.
pink or blue bunnies. That's not even a natural bunny color, Bob. I would never have that.
Have you ever seen a goddamn blue bunny?
No.
Their ice cream is amazing.
But I think mine was. I think I had a raccoon. I think I
Okay.
was a raccoon.
That was your favorite?
Yep.
Did it have a name?
Cooney, I think it was.
Racially insensitive.
I was a little
The
kid.
times were different back then. It's fine.
I think it was because he was very
different
worn,
time.
He was very worn out.
I'm sure he was.
Okay, I didn't have sex with raccoons.
Unzip that little zipper in the back.
No, there was no zipper. It was fully stitched.
Move that battery pack out of the way.
A battery pack. What kind of stuffed animal was your blue bunny?
Nick goes through at
Sometimes
least 4 of
stuffed
these
animals
raccoons.
have batteries in them because when you squeeze them, they go.
No.
Nick goes through 4 raccoons a week. I don't know what he's doing with them in bed.
I already told you that I fed Teddy Ruxpin water and his eyeball popped out. He was thirsty.
Oh God, that was a great story.
He was thirsty.
Story.
It was terrifying to a child because his mouth was always going like this. I'm like, here you go. Like, here you go. And I remember one day, like, dong. And it just came right. I'm like, ah! Oh my God.
So let me ask you this. It's probably apropos of nothing, but how old were you when you first realized that you could do an impression?
I don't know. To me, it was, like I tell other people, like now I guess it's more of a conscious thought, but it was always my interpretation of just telling a story. So when I would tell a story, I would tell someone's part. I didn't really
In their voice, though?
Yeah, but I didn't think about it
But
until people started saying like, "Wow, that really sounds like them."
When did they start saying that?
Pretty young, I would say, because I would do.
Okay.
I remember coming home one day, and as you guys know, my grandma's from Australia, and I came to my dad's house one day, and he was upstairs, I guess, in the shower. I don't know what he was doing, and everything's not sexual.
Oh, that's where you're wrong.
And I walked in, and I wasn't young, but probably still a teenager. And I came in the door, and whenever she would come in the door, she would always go, "Greg!" And she would like yell out his name in like this kind of her voice. So I came in one day and I did that, just thinking it was just to be funny. And here my dad comes running down the stairs in his whitey tighties, and he's like, "Yeah,
No, hold on. It's tighty whities.
whatever." And he's like,
No?
"Yeah,
Not whatever.
yeah." And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Where's Grandma?" And I was like, "Oh, she's not here. That was me." He's like, "Ah, Jesus Christ." He went back upstairs. So
Put my stuffed animal down just to come downstairs to see you.
So then I knew. That was when I knew I had a gift.
It's fascinating to me when people can if someone can do something that you can't do. I want to know more about it. Like, how did you do it? When did it start? How did you know that you were good at it? What do you do to do it?
I legitimately, growing up, had a lot of people that would laugh at the voices, and I didn't really necessarily know I was doing one.
Right.
And then they would say, "Oh, I bet you just sit at home all day and look in the mirror and try these voices out, don't you?" I'm like, and I got that from multiple people, and I was like, "No, what kind of psycho do you think I am? No."
Meanwhile, he totally did that.
No, not
Totally
one
did
time.
that.
Not one time.
But if you did, that'd be amazing, because if the end result is you being able to do a pretty damn close impression of someone that you want to do, it's a skill that would take some practice. And whether you do it on your own or you look in the mirror and you do it, I mean, what's the difference?
I never had to.
Nothing I would be ashamed to say. And if it was, I'm like, that's a skill I don't possess.
To me, that seems a little psychotic. But
Not if you're serious.
If it was my job, yeah. But
some people made that their job. I
know.
Some
But it's not.
comedians or impressionists have been like, it's an amazing thing they get paid to do.
I wish it was my job. Shit.
Well, it might be if we can get some fucking advertisers
Oh!
on this thing.
Working on that.
Dance, bear.
Yeah.
Dance.
Look, sometimes bears got to dance to make the green.
Very true, Nick.
All right, let's finish up gentleman's agreement.
I was
got
gonna
mine
say,
to
okay.
do. Yeah. So Cory gave me Copyright Criminals on Amazon, and I watched it. I was appreciative that you gave me a less than 1 hour documentary to watch, I will say. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
No, but essentially, the thread of the main plot of this documentary concerns copyright infringement in music, the history of it. And they interviewed only a select handful of people. You know, they didn't go to everybody, but they quoted a lot of sources from, you know, Public Enemy to Beastie Boys to, you know, a lot of blues singers and jazz drummers and musicians who've had their music sampled. And it's essentially it was a documentary about what is sampling, why do you do it, who does it, and how do the original musicians get paid, if they get paid at all. And it was really, really fascinating. It was something I've had some thoughts about so I'll tell you my thoughts on it, and you can tell me what you think, you guys. And certainly if you're, you know what, this is a pretty good, interesting topic, and everybody loves music. And unless you only traffic in classical or country music, which country music still gets sampled, or they employ samples here and there. Not to the degree that rock or rap does, but hip hop.
But I think a lot of new and up and coming country artists have definitely sampled a lot of music.
Yeah, I would totally agree.
And I think from what I feel you're about to go in and discuss, they do it in a way different way, as far as maybe taking a sound or a riff that they hear on basically something that was electronically created, and turning it into a guitar riff of a sort, and taking that sound and making it their own on an instrument rather than electronic equipment.
Right. So there's a pro and a con argument in this documentary, right? Or in the discussion about copyright infringement or sampling in music. The pro argument is everything has been sampled. Any major development in music has resulted from somebody taking something that someone else did and figuring out a way to do it better, or to do it in a different way, where they created something new. Whether it was white musicians stealing the blues, which is absolutely true, to country music stealing pop to become what it is today from what it once was with the Johnny Cashes and the Patsy Clines of the world, to rock stealing European influences in order to create, punk rock or mumblecore. You name the genre, it has been built on the backs of someone else. So if you can agree that all music builds on what came before, then there's no other way that music can move forward other than to take what was done before and do it in a different way, reinterpret it, do it either with different instruments or in a different way to create something that you would regard as being new.
Yeah, I mean, look at
classical gas.
You could look at classical gas.
Yeah, I mean, absolute, Celtic classical influence that was probably introduced as something new at the time.
It absolutely was. There was
were
something
like,
that came before.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they didn't create it out of thin air.
No. You might as well have been playing the lute when you...
Yeah. The con argument is, I made this thing, I played an instrument, came up with something on my own. The argument of whether or not it was truly original is up for discussion, but if you're a guitar player, you came up with a riff that no one ever came up with. But even those players, and I'm really kind of doing both pro and con here, but even those original players like Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck, Jimi Hendrix, who came up with what you would consider to be an original riff, you can go back in history and find something in the blues that definitely laid the blueprints for that. They may have taken it to the next step, but without that, they couldn't have done what they did.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But the con says, hey, you can't sample that. You can't take that because I made it. And if I made it and you're going to take it, then you need to pay me for it. Or you can't do it. And that's the argument. So my thoughts on this are, I feel like as long as you acknowledge where it came from, then that should be good enough. And the rest, the courts will decide. It's as simple as that. If I recorded a song in 1983 and I did and I was a drummer in a rock band, and I did some sort of intro beat to a song that somehow you heard of or you found on your own, and you decided, I want that in my hip hop song, and that's going to make the backbone of like what's going to basically loop over and over again in the hip hop song. And that song becomes a big hit, and you never fucking say that I made that came from me, that I would have a problem with that. But if you acknowledge what I did, I might go, dude, that's cool. You discovered it. My band is over. Like, we were good. We were cutting records from 83 to 91, and then we broke up, and I get some residuals from that, and that's cool. But you found it, you brought it into your music, and now people are listening to it again, and you've said it was me, and they're like maybe going back to discover like, oh shit, that came from this guy in this band. Like, let me go back and maybe download some of their songs. Like, that's good enough for me.
Well, remember, like, something so smacky in the face obvious, especially for mine and Cory's age. But like when Beyonce did that, oh, I don't think you're ready for this Jelly song, and in the song intro, it was the White Winged Dove from Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks, okay.
But in the music video, Stevie Nicks was actually in the video playing in the background, which I thought was really cool. That they brought her into that and said, you know, we couldn't have got here if it wasn't for you. And at that time, Beyonce was huge. So, or Destiny's Child or whatever it was.
Like, you can't buy that kind of advertising.
Right.
So to me, that should be enough. If I really felt like, holy shit, Beyonce, you're making literally millions off of my song, and I'm getting nothing but just recognition, and I feel like the number of clicks I'm getting on my old music is just a drop in the bucket from what you're making, I might talk to my lawyer. But at that point, it's for the courts to decide. If the court decides, like, yeah, you should give Stevie Nicks, Beyonce, you should give her, 10% of all earnings you get from the song, then that's for the courts to decide. But you could probably head off a lot of that shit if you just acknowledge. To me, the biggest thing in the documentary, the biggest travesty, is all of these old jazz and blues musicians who created a lot of the shit where you could look at. I'm a big Beastie Boys fan, and Paul's Boutique, best album they ever did, and there's 200 plus samples, some of which are on the very last track. There's like 40 plus samples in the last track from Wade. They use so many samples.
They even said themselves that entire record was made off of sampling music.
Yeah, and right now, it's a blueprint for all. Once they did that album, all of the samples that they used spiderwebbed out and were used in all these other hip hop and rock or jazz albums as other samples, and came into popularity. Did they give money to all the artists that they sampled? No, they didn't, because at the time lawyers for the record companies hadn't yet caught on to. But I think Paul's Boutique was the tipping point where after that came out, it was popular enough where they're like, there's money to be made from all the angry artists that want to, and that's when they started suing everyone over any samples that you had. So, my thoughts are just, I think sampling is okay as long as you give proper credit where credit's due to the artist that's there.
Well, I think it would be not only credit where credit's due, but also monetary credit. Because I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be like, no, you got this super popular song, and just because you said, hey, thanks a lot, Nick Bader, for writing the original,
yeah, but
I'd be like, fuck you.
But there's a lot of it too in the documentary that, and I can't remember the name of the jazz drummer. That he
can't either, but he was super. Once he played that riff, they had him on the documentary playing that. I'm like, I've heard that probably a couple hundred times in different songs.
But the one thing that I really kind of respected him for, that he even said, in the entire series, he's like, I can't say if that's me or not. I can't say if I was the one playing that riff. He's like, people can play the drums just as well as I do.
Some are obvious, some aren't.
And like, I understand if you're going to use like someone's vocals or so the exact same. Because even like sound to me, again, if you're going to use like Vanilla Ice and the Police, using that same sound,
the Police
or Sting,
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
If you're gonna like, it's a sound.
Well, think
It's not necessarily. I mean,
but they wrote the chords for that song. You know,
right? But that goes even deeper into. Well, did they write the actual chords? Did someone else write the actual music?
Well,
for them?
they purchased it. Yeah.
Right. But what I'm saying though is, like, he even said, he's like, when someone's playing an instrument, he's like, especially when it comes to a drum, riff, he's like, I did that so long ago. He's like, I can't say that was actually me playing it. So if someone puts it on their record, he's like, I'm glad to hear it because it became very popular.
Yeah, and some think of it as an homage. They're like,
Really, right. Yeah. And if it causes someone to go back and look up that artist, that guy, that drummer, and work that he did in, I think he played in James Brown's band.
Yeah.
And download some of those other albums, which may give him some residual credit or money, then that makes it worth it. And I think he even said that guy in the documentary is like, I just want someone to acknowledge, that it was me.
Well, think about
I don't need the money.
The Men in Black song.
Will Smith?
Yeah.
I can't remember what song it sampled.
It
was pretty. It was just like a Vanilla Ice thing.
The
like
original song.
It wasn't just a little tiny snippet. It was like a loop that was through the whole song.
There was I mean, that was the original song through the whole, it wasn't just a chord. But
for a lot of those, they reach out to the original artist and they get permission. And for some of the albums like Paul's Boutique, where there's like 200 plus samples on there, they talk to the lawyers and they're like, here's what we did. We used all these. Here's a list. You go reach out and you let them know. And sometimes they leave out a couple where they forgot, or it was so quick, like they kind of left it out. Like it was a song that it wasn't popular back in the day. This band released one album, and this was like track number 11 of 12. Never hit the radio. Like, no one's gonna know. And it's those guys. Those are the ones that are gonna sue you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they said on the documentary. Like, you got to watch out for the ones that slip through, and you forgot to ask for permission, because that's when you're gonna get a lawsuit.
Right.
And they're gonna take you for more than you spent on all of the other songs that you sampled.
Clyde Stubblefield.
Shout out to Clyde Stubblefield. I know you're listening, Clyde.
He's not, though.
Oh, we got your back. Well, he should be.
He can't.
He could in the future, Cory.
No, he can't in the future.
He could. He absolutely could.
But
he died in 2017.
Oh, damn it.
But you got
I thought you were picking up on what I was putting down there.
I didn't know he was dead.
Yeah, he died.
But
how old is the documentary? Sorry.
Oh, yes, Nick, go with your point.
No, I was just gonna say, there are, to your point, Cory, that there's a lot of generic blues sounds, of that I'm sure someone created years and years and years and years ago that a lot of people, Stevie Ray Vaughan and everyone else have ripped off, dun 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 dun.
Yeah, they say that. Yeah, blues music is like
only a couple.
It's very
different
predictable.
Things. Yeah.
Yeah.
2009.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know it was that old.
I had a couple of my buddies that could literally pick up a guitar, hear a song, and play it, and were amazing at guitar. And they told me that they loved country, old country, not that they actually liked old country, but they liked that I liked it because they said it was only a couple chords. It was only a couple chords. They could listen to any song, and every country song that was older had only a couple chords, like Johnny Cash's songs. And it would just be like, doon 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 doon, and it was just that through the whole song.
3 choruses and then a bridge and then back to the same chorus again. And
that was the whole song. And they said it was so simple to play.
Yeah.
You guys might hate me for saying this, but I feel like this is where Joe
missed out.
He absolutely would have been. Oh
God. No,
but
everything was boring up to this point.
But drunk Joe would have taken this down to a rabbit hole that we never would have clawed our way.
No, there would have been no trail of breadcrumbs leading down to this hole, and we would have been circling the drain.
But like you were mentioning, with your buddies that can pick up a guitar and listen to a song and play like that. Dude, Joe and his brother Mike they're the exact same way. They're self-taught, and Mike is now currently in a band that actually. I'm not gonna say tours, but they do good, and they get gigs in a lot of different places. And
They take their equipment, they drive places.
Yeah.
oh, I mean, they're again. I couldn't. I know I couldn't do it, but
I'm not musically
but
talented.
he
that
just
way.
If you cared enough, Corey, you could.
yeah,
Perhaps if you tried harder.
not with these fingers.
Oh,
There you go. Almost had a spit take from Bob Rankin.
all right.
Oh.
That's what would have happened earlier had I taken that shot.
Yeah, probably.
No, definitely.
All right, so those are my thoughts. It was great. Thank you very much. I remember watching it, going like, I'm gonna have a lot to say about this. This is a topic that I have a lot of interest in, and I grew up in the age of Napster, in the age of where sampling first started taking off. I'm fucking old, people. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, and I figured you'd appreciate it. And
Yeah.
and again, and you see where the whole Krabby point came up with.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
he would have been. Oh, he had a lot to
well,
say about this.
Krabby, when you hear this
He's
episode,
got a huge hip hop background.
yeah, please watch Copyright Criminals, and we can have you on, even if it's just via phone for a little bit to talk about it. Because I really wanted to get his input on it and see what he thought about it as well.
We should try to get him remotely on the phone for sometime in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, we can do that.
We're not going to get him in person.
Yeah,
but
no,
we can get it remotely.
I say, yeah, if and especially if he watches that, that was my biggest interest, was to try to get it out to him and have him watch it as well.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that's Gentleman's Agreement for the week. Let's go through and pick some new assignments for next week. I have gotten the algorithm to break it up, so here's how it's going to go. I drew Nick. Cory, you drew Danielle. Danielle, you drew Cory. And Nick drew me. So it's going to be stuck between tables at this point.
All right.
So
A table face off.
table face off. Mexican standoff.
Ho!
Oh,
You.
You.
All right, I want everyone to back up slowly.
Oh, son of a bitch, you stole my gun.
We definitely need to make that more of a thing, I think.
Mexican standoff.
Just in the middle of the episode.
Yeah,
at some
we
point.
could. Yeah,
Someone just screams out Mexican standoff. We all have to.
I'll put it on a button. I'll tell you what. Here, tell you what. We're gonna do that. Who wants to do the shout?
I don't know if the Mexican community would feel comfortable with us.
No, Mexican standoff is not a. It's not a derogatory term. It's literally it's a movie trope that's been around since, at least since Sergio Leone did Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah, it's been
It's
around
been in
for
The
a while.
Office.
also- yeah,
It's
they
been in
did in The
Tarantino
Office, yeah.
films. Yeah, it's been around for a while. And,
So-
and I guess we're going to test it, whether or not there's any folks of Mexican descent that are offended.
Well, I have 2 family members that are, so I'll ask them. and
Ask
run it
them.
past
They're-
them.
Yeah. But until that time, Nick, let's do a quick drop for Mexican standoff.
Oh, I don't know if you want me to do that.
Yeah, I do.
Let's hear it,
I'm going to
Nick.
need some time.
All right, you let me know when you're ready,
Yeah.
and we'll all go radio silent. All right, so Cory and Danielle, do you know what you want to assign? Yep, Danielle's ready. Cory, you ready?
Wait, she's assigning me?
Yeah.
I'm assigning her?
Yeah, yep. All right, Danielle, what do you got?
Designated Survivor on Netflix.
Is that a movie or
It's a TV series.
It's a TV series. So how long are the episodes? Do you know?
Teamies.
I think they're an hour, 42 minutes.
So 2 of
So
those.
2.
Designated Survivor. All right. Which means Danielle's got. What do you got for her, Cory? Anything?
I do. And it's a little self-serving.
Oh, as I knew it would be.
So apparently we're going to watch.
Is it another Ronda Rousey documentary?
I wish there was more of them.
Hand jobs for husbands. That's just what I just want you to watch.
Not
Debbie,
a husband.
I know.
Oh, how did you make
fucking
that? That was
funny
painful
whatsoever.
the way
Wow.
the way you said that.
I'm just saying.
He goes, "I'm not
Prospective husbands. Prospective hand jobs for prospective husbands.
That'd be a horrible movie.
It'd be so disappointing the entire time. Is he going to marry me? Is he going to get a hand job? Who knows?
Who knows?
It's up in the air.
Tune in next week.
That ring really.
Tune in next.
That ring would really hurt, so it might be a good one.
Oh, I wish I could go through the ring pain, but I can't give you the ring pain.
What am I watching?
Sorry, Cory. What your pick was?
Oh, yeah. Still.
You sons of bitches. You sons of bitches.
It's time to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen.
From the bunker, this has been Schnozzcast.
Right episode 87.
I give Danielle the Jesus rolls.
Oh.
As he deletes hand jobs for husbands.
Backspace.
Right?
That's on the Blu-ray that I bought from Target.
You
You haven't even watched that yet.
You
I
gotta
know, that's why I said
He's
it was
going to watch it.
self-serving.
It's very self-serving.
That's why I said it was self-serving.
when you're passive aggressive like that, you have to sandwich it with Babe.
That's on the Blu-ray I bought, babe.
It's on the Blu-ray, babe.
Well, I'm
wait
the
to
one
watch
that
with you,
told you
babe.
to get it, babe.
Can't wait to watch it with you, babe.
So,
We
yes.
really don't say babe that
I
much.
know, but it would be so much funnier if you
Don't
did.
spoil it for me. Don't ruin that for me, Danielle.
Remember Michael and what's her face from The Office when they had
Jan?
the dinner party? Yep.
Yes.
Oh, maybe I should show my new TV, babe. I don't think anyone wants to see that, babe.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Brand new, state of the art plasma TV. Oh my God! How did you even
9
afford
inches.
that? He goes, "Come here, come here."
Even pulls out to gets closer to you.
I can pull it right up to my face, and I feel like I'm at the movie theater.
All right, sir. You and I got each other. So you want me to go first or you want to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. You got your choice. Any particular genre you want?
I kind of like these
Comedy,
spaghetti
action.
westerns.
Really?
Yeah. If you got another one.
If I've got another one.
Oh, if I have another one.
Well, Bob scrolls for that as well.
I got it.
I'm Bob
go
J.W.
ahead.
Rankin.
I got it. You've got Fistful of Dollars.
Can you send it to my phone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks. I won't remember. Then, on Thursday before our Friday podcast, I'll be like, "Hey, did you finish your movie?"
What was it?
I'm like, "For what?"
So I just Danielle's gonna be taking off here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. It has been a pleasure.
I'm getting
Well,
sleepy.
Danielle, it has been a pleasure.
Miss Finn, have a good evening.
You too.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Careful going home.
I will.
We love you.
Got to
Love you
babysit
too.
early in the morning.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen in the Schnozzcast audience, Danielle Finn is leaving the building.
Bye.
All right. It's all up to you, sir.
Okay, so the one I'm gonna give to you here. Let's see.
Oh, gee. Not sure which one to give to you, Bob. Give me a pick. Deborah, no.
Have you watched Abducted in Plain Sight?
No. Is that on Netflix?
It is.
No. Documentary or series?
Documentary.
Okay.
1 hour, 30 minutes.
That'll do. That'll do, pig.
I don't know why you keep saying that.
Babe. Never seen Babe? Hey, Babe. You ever seen Babe?
But you're saying pig.
Yeah. It's a story about a pig.
No, I've never.
A farmer and his pig.
No, I never saw.
And the closing line that makes women cry is, "That'll do, pig. That'll do."
No, never saw.
Gonna have to put that on the Nick list.
Oh, wonderful. Cory, have you?
Nick, you should legitimately be impressed that I have such a lengthy list of movies for you to watch.
I am impressed, but you're a big movie buff, so that doesn't. It's nothing for you.
Oh, it's something.
I mean, I know you're.
This is not just some random.
I
list
know
of
you're
movies.
person specific.
Yeah,
which I
I'm
appreciate.
Yep,
I appreciate
This is
that.
very specific to you. Each one of these addresses a particular need and a particular thing that it will fill your heart with if I
Something.
assign it to you.
At a certain point.
Yeah.
So if there's a week that you're a little upset with me, you're going to be like,
No.
this is a part of your heart I really want to feel. Hold on.
Oh, I think Nick's a fuckhead now. And what can I assign a fuckhead to watch? Maybe it's Diary of a Fuckhead on Netflix.
Maybe I'll make him cry this week.
No, that's why I gave you I'm like, what do you want? You want comedy, action, love story, spaghetti western,
In a world
crime story? I got it all covered, sir.
where Nick has been an asshole.
In a World. By the way, did you know that there was a movie called In a World?
Was there?
There is.
In a world where In a World
About-
is a movie.
Yes. About voiceover artists. It's actually
sure.
really good.
I'm sure there is.
And another one I got to put on your list.
Corey, have you seen Abducted in Plain Sight?
Yes.
You did? Good?
It's very good.
That's what I just gave Bob.
Is that her leaving right
I
now?
hope it's her leaving and not a stranger coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. It should
I'm
be.
locked out. I can't leave.
It should be locked like Fort Knox.
Why is your house like a prison?
Screaming. Now all the strangers of the world are going to know where I live.
All right, Cory Selesky is back on the headphones, back on the headset, and ready to thrill you with more rock and roll.
Cory Selesky, bottom of the ninth.
Oh, no.
Yeah, let's not
You
do-
don't watch any sports.
Yeah, no,
I thought
no.
he were going to be a DJ. I'm like, oh, he could totally do DJ. But sports announcer? Absolutely not.
No, can't do it.
Do your DJ, though. Corey's just got back to the studio, and he's about to go on to the next segment, about to introduce the next record. And you're dishing off to him.
I don't know. How does a DJ
Ready?
talk?
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, welcome back. Cory Selesky's in the house, and we're going to dish it right off to him after we listen to The Quiet Storm.
Quiet storm.
Okay, well, Bob's not helping any bit of
Bob's
that.
not much of a falsetto.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Um,
Was that the Kermit falsetto?
It was just a little broken.
Quiet storm.
Oh God, no! I think my penis just fell off.
wow.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into another segment called Funko This, featuring Cory, the Animal Selesky.
So, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to do Funko this, and you're going to do a little bit higher than me. Okay?
With also Funko This?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Funko
This.
Yeah, that was-
All
that
right.
hurt my own ears.
Set the time.
Oh, that's
Yep.
36:44. Got it. I feel like I'm going to listen back to that and go like, nah, it's not good.
No, that's involving me. All these buttons need to be Nick being an asshole.
It's more like hurting the ears. Maybe I can, you know what? I can remove, we're on
No,
different tracks.
no.
I can actually remove my voice.
No.
Cory the Animal Selesky, it's your up.
Well, I was going to show one that Danielle was very proud of that she got this past week, right when we were on vacation. But
she left
since she left.
But she left me.
Fuck her. Now I'm going to do my own Cory Selesky memorial. Funko.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So
Luckily, I have my backup Cory Selesky one.
so here you guys go. It's something we discussed earlier and that Nick had to watch.
Oh, I can see it. I immediately noticed Blake.
We're on the screen for the purveyors of the audio version. We're looking at 3 different Funko Pops: Anders, Blake, and Adam from Workaholics, 492 through 494. These are yours. You own these.
These are mine.
Okay.
When did you get those?
About a month ago.
I would not have noticed Adam and Anders, but Blake for sure.
Blake is very cool with the hair. They did. They hit that spot on. And
Can you do that or no?
No, Amazon again. But
It
not
stars on Amazon.
No, this is Cory's segment.
Fuck. All right. Don't touch me.
Continue.
oh, no, actually, I came across a guy very close to where we live at that had these for sale.
Yeah?
and was willing to meet up on Hall Road somewhere. And
In an abandoned warehouse somewhere,
yeah, might as well.
far
then.
from prying eyes and the law.
But yeah, I was originally looking at getting each of them individually and getting all 3 together.
Was he wearing an overcoat?
No, he did not flash me as much as I wanted him to.
Why don't they ever have mouths?
I'm sure there's a Funko ripoff that does have mouths. I
Right.
guarantee it. They're probably called Funko with 2 Ks.
Do all
Funco?
are all of them devoid of mouths?
All the Funko Pops are, yeah.
Every single one of them?
Well, some of them have mustaches, like Blake does there.
No, but that's not a mouth.
Right. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, they also have hair and legs and stuff.
I guess I didn't quite answer your question. The answer is no.
Okay, thanks.
The answer is no.
Helpful.
No.
They have eyes.
Do what I can.
I'm gonna say just about all of them do. I'm gonna have to go through and check and
All of them do or
You do,
don't?
do a mouth check? You
No,
don't,
I'm
you don't do a
gonna-
mouth check on
Oh.
100 plus Funkos?
Well, I'm giving him a homework assignment.
No mouth, no mouth, no mouth. No. Hold
I
on, hold
will
on.
go back and check.
Move down the next shelf. No mouth. No
Because
mouth, no
didn't
mouth.
Bob make a point of saying that you could have really hit the Freddie Mercury on the head by putting his bad teeth in there?
Wait, what did I say?
Didn't you say you're like, oh, that's Freddie Mercury? Yeah, but they should have done his teeth because that's very
It's very Freddie
specific.
Mercury.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but since
But
they,
they
don't
didn't
do
have a
mouths, yeah.
Did we not pick up on that till just now?
We totally did.
I don't think we did.
No, we did.
I saved the day.
As always.
All right. That yeah.
As always, Nick
I don't know
saves
why I
the
didn't, but it just. I should have seen it
Right
coming.
into that trap.
Should have seen it
You
coming.
should have.
It's the 21st century dad joke, is what it is.
Saved it.
Yeah.
No mouths.
I'm not sure what day was saved by
I'll find one.
recollecting something that we said previously.
Corey,
but-
there has to be one that's like something very specific, like a Kermit the Frog. Well, you couldn't just not have a mouth on Kermit. You know, his whole head is a mouth. It is.
Oh, it is a mouth.
It is.
Couldn't you say that about most Muppets?
Yes, because they're Muppets.
Right,
Do
so
they
it's not
make-
just Kermit. It's,
Do they make Muppet Funkos?
Oh yes.
Do they really? With no mouths? What the fuck?
Well, hang
No.
on, because I just looked up the one
His
that
fingers are going so fast right now. Oh my God!
Kermit the Frogging.
The A wasn't worn off on my computer before this point right just now.
I found one that I do actually own that has the closest to a mouth that I
Oh, God.
could just come up with off the top of my head.
I feel like what he's gonna show here in the screen is gonna be the closest to an abomination of nature that you can. That's still not a mouth. That's a mustache.
Is it Judge Smail Mail?
That's a mustache.
What? It's really tiny. We don't know.
It is very.
Is it?
There it is.
I like the one that's standing on our logo in the distance. There's no mouth.
Hold on. Is he from Boston?
No, that's
The
Chuck.
band?
That's Chuck
Is-
Norris.
That's Chuck
Oh, it's-
Norris.
Yeah.
He still doesn't have a mouth. He has a mustache and a beard.
I mean, it's close though.
No, there's no mouth.
No,
Like I
there-
said, I'm-
there's a mouth area that's very clearly defined as being the space between the mustache and the beard. But there's no mouth in there. It's
But
just
if
a
I was
blank
Chuck
space.
Norris, I think I'd be doing a high kick or something, not just holding.
It's a roundhouse kick.
Two Uzis.
A roundhouse kick, to be clear.
To be fair.
To be fair,
Oh, God damn it. Ready?
To be fair.
you got it.
To be fair. Got it.
Now there was the falsetto right there.
So to be fair,
That hurt. Just a little bit.
that
I'm gonna feel that tomorrow.
that almost sounded like a Stewart.
I had my belt might be a little bit tight because the ball's trying to get up on top
Ooh,
of the belt.
okay.
And
All
didn't
right.
quite work.
I know they drop when you're young, but
Not when you're doing the falsetto.
do
though.
they come up when you're
When you're
old?
doing the falsetto? Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, hold on, Corey. Where did the little one go that was sitting up top next to our logo, like the Dreamcast logo?
Crawled back into his Chuck Norris cave is what he did.
like the light, the jumping light on the Dreamcast.
All right, here you guys go. This is
Oh no, that's
Holy
a giant
shit.
mouth.
Is that legitimately a Funko?
That looks like a cartoon to me. No, that's a cartoon.
oh, that's the I'll,
That is not a Funko.
Are you serious? Is that a real Funko?
yeah.
Doesn't
Because
even look like a Funko.
legitimately that does answer the question of do they ever make Funkos with mouths? That is,
I don't know why this is doing this.
I don't either.
All right,
No, not move to trash. Don't do that.
I wish we could have done it with this whole segment.
Oh.
Right to the trash.
wow.
There's a lot of glitches in this. We're kind of moving along.
Were we?
Yeah.
Yeah, really smoothly.
Moving along.
That would be new.
Joe left on his own volition. I mean, things were just going really well.
Things were going my way. I'm
Yes.
Nick Bader. Things were happening for me.
Things were popping.
All of a sudden,
things were clicking.
right down the shitter.
All right, so yeah, hold on.
Yeah. So that's a Kermit Funko. That is still really small.
It's hard to squint and look at it. Oh, mouth.
All right, so there you go. That is the official answer. If that is a real picture, then that means that there's at least one Funko in the mouth. Kermit the Frog. Muppet 01.
My point. You can't do a Muppet without a mouth.
That's what she said.
So there you guys have it.
Why is he so shimmery?
Question asked
Why is he
and
so
answered.
Why is he so shimmery? He looks like
Because it's a frog.
It is
Frogs hop in the water.
but he
Come
looks,
on, Nick.
He looks like
This is Muppet 101.
the color of a new Ford Bronco or something. Like, why is he so sparkly?
I think you just answered your own question. Because who wouldn't want to be the color of a new Ford Bronco?
New from Ford, Kermit.
Kermit Green. 2020 models out in Kermit Green this year.
I feel like a lot of people would buy Kermit Green.
Get them before they hop away.
Come on down to the lot and see our Kermit Green models of the F-150.
While supplies last.
All right, so was that Funko this?
It was.
That was a very long Funko this.
Well,
All right. I
does
think
anyone?
Yeah. Want to do a shot?
Yes.
Absolutely.
While we're here,
So I don't have the permissions of our kind of what's going on in our chronological order of things, or the syllabus.
or the outline.
No, Jesus. Are we doing a pick of the week?
Oh, definitely.
Is that next?
That would be that. That is pick of the week. Always comes last.
Okay. All right. First time in the podcast. Okay. And it's not even a wine night, ladies and gentlemen.
And you weren't even in on that shot. You got to go over a little. Keep on going. No. Oh, not on the shot. I was talking about.
Yeah.
Being in the frame.
No, he's pouring them.
Okay. Yeah, pick of the week always falls last.
Okay.
That's
Well, I'm very excited because I was told that you're bringing something very special this week. So I look forward to it.
yeah. Well, it's not here.
Oh, what?
That's still in the works, sir.
Hold on. I was told that you
I was
had
told
a
there'd be treats.
very special pick of the week. That
There are going to be treats.
Oh, so like my brother's birthday gifts.
I was
they're
told
in the
there'd be
mail.
unicorns.
You're gonna be so excited when they get here. They're in the mail and then they never show up.
Oh, it's going to show up.
He's like, he would whisper in everyone's ear. And they'd be like, oh my God, that is so thoughtful and amazing. And then he'd be like, everyone there, my parents, everyone, you are going to love what he got you. It's just, it's not here yet. He ordered it. Never would come.
I don't know about you guys, but every once in a while, you get this feeling, at least I do, maybe I'm the only one, where like Joe's decided that he's not participating. Danielle's got to work in the morning, so she's left. And I feel like now, like, yeah, we could stop, but why don't we just keep going?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Like things are clicking a little bit more now. We're feeling our oats.
I'm not sure that's how that saying goes.
Have you not heard okay.
Feeling our oats?
Feeling our oats saying.
All right, what do you think
It's a cowboy saying.
What do you think the farmers do when it's almost time for them to ripe?
Feel their oats.
Oh, these ones aren't good. Hold on.
Wait, can you do that again?
Oh.
Wait, dude, what the fuck was that?
These oats feel amazing.
Yeah, what
Did you
kinda-
see him feeling his oats there?
I don't know if he's sitting on a pile of oats.
Oh, he's feeling them.
Cheers.
It was like a shimmy.
For the love of God,
Oh,
cheers.
God.
I don't have enough
All right.
in this whole house.
Oh,
for
here
this.
we go.
Ooh.
Woo!
There she blows.
Well.
Well,
The next segment
Pick of the week.
is Pick of the Week.
Do we have a graphic for that, Corey?
We do.
Oh, fantastic.
And it's on the screen now.
All right.
Well, I forgot about that graphic.
Corey, you got one? You want to go first?
I can go first.
I think you should.
So as we've been talking, a lot of you guys know that we were up north this last weekend and a couple days prior. And on the way out of Oscoda, we stopped in Tawas and
I forgot.
happened to run across.
Sorry, I just looked at the graphic for the pick of the week.
You forgot
It's goddamn amazing.
You forgot about it.
I did. Well, you only made it like a couple weeks ago, right? Or sorry,
Nick made it.
You made it.
Yeah, Cory didn't make it at all.
Yeah, it's actually the first time we've been able to use it, I believe, too.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic. Thank you, Nick.
Stop looking at Cory and telling him this.
I said
You only
Nick.
made it a week ago,
I
right?
said Nick.
Well, thank you.
Dude.
Joke. Relax. Joking.
He really wants me to
Joking.
say, Nick, you saved the day again.
No, I mean, it's implied.
No, it wasn't implied.
Cory, I'm sorry.
Like, thanks for doing your job.
You've had a lot of interruptions on
Hey,
your
asshole,
segments.
thanks for doing your job.
You've had a lot of interruptions on your segments.
That's all right. I'm used to it by now. So as we were up north and as we were leaving out of town, which Nick did miss out on because he had to catch up on a little bit of sleep that he missed out.
Oh, God, yeah.
We happened to stop at the Tawas Bay Fudge and Ice Cream Company. And myself, Bob, and Danielle all got key lime pie ice cream.
Oh, hold on. Tell it right. We walked into there because we thought it was a fudge shop.
Okay, so yeah, so we did walk in.
We didn't walk in for ice cream at all.
We'll check out what fudge they have to peddle.
Yeah, and when we walked in, immediately to the left, there was a gentleman at a table chopping fudge.
Old dude. You can tell he's been.
Yeah, he's a fudge chopper from way back.
If not, he has to be the owner by now.
Well,
maybe not.
He's their head fudge chopper. That's for sure.
Did he have, like, fudge arms? Like, where you could tell, like, he'd been, like one bicep on this arm and then this one's...
You think you could chop fudge with one arm? No, dude. It's a 2-arm job to chop fudge.
Real old, frail body, one big forearm, one big bicep.
That's what... Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they were not in the same arm, though.
No, different
Two
arms.
different
Yep.
arms.
But there was one thing that did stand out right away. They had this lemon fudge, and I've never seen any sort of citrus fudge.
Yeah. By the way, did you buy that lemon fudge?
I did, and I should have brought
No,
you
no,
some.
you're good. I thought about
So glad you didn't.
Well, I bought the dark chocolate cherry fudge, and I thought about, like, why don't I split this with them and I'll give them half and they give me half of that. We'll split it that way. But that all got derailed once Danielle said, "Oh, you and I were just standing there. We were paying," and she goes, "Hey guys, there's a lot of ice cream on this board." And we all looked and we were like, "Ice cream?" And this board with like 25 different flavors that they were naming off. And I looked and I'm like, there is a lot of ice cream on the board. I didn't even know they sold ice cream. And I'm like, Cory, look. Second from the bottom on the right. They have key lime pie ice cream.
But the only freezer in front of us only had several
Well,
flavors.
we looked immediately to them. We're like, "Miss, do you have any left? Do you carry this?" And she's like, "Yeah, right around the corner." And we're like, "Oh God, it's around the corner." Corey's like, "Oh, around the corner, Bob, come on, around the corner."
We didn't see the other freezer on the other on in the back of the shop.
Oh my God! So he and I like raced around the corner, and we looked, and we're like, "Oh, there it is." And I think simultaneously we both read the description that was taped right in front of the container of ice cream. We were like, "There's real graham cracker pieces in the ice cream."
It was like two schoolgirls.
I'm like, I go, "Miss, I know I've already cashed out, but I need 2 scoops in a bowl right now of that."
The employees were even looking at us like,
The fuck?
What
Have this guy's never seen ice cream before?
What's wrong with these idiots? Are they not? They've literally never seen ice cream.
We've had customers like this before. They grew up in some sort of desert town. The temperature's always over 105. They've not known ice cream. They've grown up just eating gruel.
Fucking Paul Bunyan himself
sort of,
ate that ice cream.
Some sort of animal fats for meals. And then somehow they found out that ice cream existed. And now they're here in our store.
In our shop.
They're here in our shop, and they're going a little insane.
So it was, and as a matter of fact, after we're done with the cast, I want you guys to read the email that I did send to the Tawas Fudge Company.
You sent him an email? What did it say?
It's a very long email.
Are you going to send it to me? Because I want to read it.
I'll send it to you. But
Can I read it on the air? Can I read it to our listeners?
Do you want to do that now?
How long is it?
Can we do maybe next week?
Is it like several paragraphs?
It's long, yeah.
Maybe next week.
Okay, so next week we'll do this. Let's create a little.
Put a note.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if they were gonna respond back right away, or if I was gonna hear anything back. And I'm like, well, it's the Tawas Bay Fudge Company. I'm pretty sure the fudge cutter is not. I knew you'd like that.
Oh no.
The fudge cutter himself is not checking emails.
It's not the cheese cutter, Bob.
And the two young ladies that were working there, I'm very sure they just served the ice cream.
Nick,
So-
could you tell Cory the note that I took, what it says?
Next podcast, read Cory's fudge email. This is why we don't go longer than we need to go. You understand that, right? This is why
Yeah,
we.
No, this is where it gets good.
Oh, yeah.
So, not realizing if
this-
they were going to actually get the email or check it, I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I better call them.
No, you
What is
you
dude?
sent them a lengthy email and then you called
Blacklisted.
them?
I called them and I said, hey,
Listen, I sent you a fucking
Like,
email.
are you insane
sons of
lunatic
bitches.
that sent us a 5-paragraph email?
This was so fucking good.
I said I sent you guys an email several days ago.
Did you talk to someone on the phone?
I did.
I want you to read it. You could at least
Oh my
respond
God.
back. In
Did
Southern
they go,
Michigan.
oh, are you Cory? Yeah, we got your email.
You know what? In Southern Michigan, the proper
We've called the
thing,
authorities.
the proper thing to do is respond to an email.
Well, which
I still can't get that fudge out of my
What
mind.
the fuck,
and that
man?
ice cream.
you're going to see when you read the email yourself. The only spoiler I will give you is I signed off as Cory Key Lime Selesky.
Wow.
Are you a psychopath?
Were you sober when you sent that email?
Dead sober.
Wow.
I was actually at work when I sent it.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
But had you just told someone how awesome this ice cream was and you were feeling nostalgic for it?
No, it was the day after we got back, and I was still thinking about it.
Why did you sign off?
I
Cory
cannot
Key
wait to. Okay. But we got to build up some.
You know what the problem is here?
Yeah.
There's no problem.
By a raise of
No, well,
by a raising of hands, who's been to the
That is
Keys
debatable.
and had fresh key lime pie in the Keys?
I have.
What? When?
We took.
I've had fresh key lime pie in the Keys, but I've never had good key lime pie ice
Dude,
cream.
it's fucking ice
until
cream.
We were in
Right,
Tawas.
but okay, so I can at least know
It's not the same.
I'm among connoisseurs.
Of course, no.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not. Oh my God, key lime pie.
I've had key lime pie in a dozen cities.
Okay. Yeah, but the Keys is the best.
yeah. And
Sure. Yeah, I would not disagree with that at all.
Yeah.
But this was key lime pie ice cream, which, by the way, is not easy to find.
No,
to find
but they
in
could easily
Tawas
fuck
Bay.
it up. They could easily fuck
Oh,
it
they
up.
did not.
Right,
They did
which is what we
not.
thought when we tried. But they were very like nonchalant. Like,
Are
yeah.
you guys trying to
Oh, you
steal
want-
the
you want
thunder?
our-
Are you trying to steal the thunder from my peaches and biscuits ice cream that I
Wait.
told just 2 weeks ago?
Peaches and biscuits.
I typed this like 5 weeks ago.
Hold on.
You see it?
Title ideas for this episode.
Not for this episode, just in general.
This episode, which was 2 weeks ago.
No, this was like 5 weeks ago.
Captain, this was not 5 weeks.
Yes,
ago.
it was.
Captain Shuffle Bunny on the tippies or peaches and biscuits.
Yeah, that was like for episode 78.
No, I'm.
Yes, I swear to Christ, it was.
Wow. No, okay.
I swear it.
I'll leave it at that. That's between you and Christ, sir. Yep.
Cory, I cannot wait to read this email. I'm not sure I've waited for
But do you
either of my children with as much eagerness
do you
as I'm
underst-
waiting to read this
but
email.
you have to understand Cory's motivations in life.
No, I get it.
Food.
No, I get it.
Food is a huge motivation.
Right, but when was the last time you read 5 paragraphs of something that, by the way, 5 is just a number I came up with. It might be 10. I don't know how long this email is.
Let me explain something to you.
When was the last time you read a lengthy scribe or manifesto from Cory Selesky?
I thank God I don't have the password access to his daily journal because
To his deranged mind.
He's told me that will be released at a later date, probably when he passes. He's got some sort of, some sort of file lab or SD
upon death, open file.
Yeah, SD card that hangs around his chain, around his neck, and that
could be.
Please plug this into a USB when I pass, and it's going to say is, this is your access to the Cory files. Password, Cory.
Well, there you go, Bob. You got it.
Really?
You got it.
Okay. No.
Okay.
No,
not tonight.
No, you'll get too
We got to build up a little anticipation for
it's
for
like
the
a
next
new. It's like a new
episode
puppy.
88.
It's like talking in a high voice to a new puppy. You're gonna pee all over the place.
Episode
Don't do it.
88. Oh,
Just so you know,
I can't fucking wait.
I did already pee on your carpet a little bit just talking about key lime pie ice cream.
Trust me, I know.
I cannot wait. Episode 88 is going to be the shit.
Well, and I was hoping to have a response from them today.
Maybe by next weekend we will.
Well,
But you called them.
Well, that's why I called them to kind of be like, yeah, you guys should respond to this email.
I'm sure that was well received.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Hey, it's been.
I'm sure they're like, we need to respond to that email immediately.
It's only been a week, and I'm a visitor from Southern Michigan.
It's been less than a week,
and I sent a huge.
It was like 2 days.
Long,
yeah,
you're
right.
A huge long email about your ice cream, and you haven't wrote me back. We're a fucking ice cream shop.
They actually do state on their website, anyone that writes a glowing email review, it will be featured on their site and in their store.
Yeah, but glowing is not the same as psychotic.
Isn't it, though?
When you give
Not the
yourself
same.
nicknames of ingredients and ice cream.
Yeah, emails, glowing.
Yeah, this is
glowing emails.
Bob Rocky Road Rankin.
Oh
no! What? The
Wait,
fuck?
why would you do that? He already his example was Cory.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Why would you rope me into this shit?
Because I'm saying he needs to hear it from some other perspective. How psycho
Who
it
needs
is.
to? No, we're telling him how psycho it is.
He doesn't buy it.
You don't need to give him an example that didn't happen.
The more you guys say it, just sounds more and more normal.
More and more normal. How many emails have you sent to Grizzly? 0.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
How many to Fireball?
None.
And McGillicuddy's?
None.
But you love those more.
Oh,
Are
God,
you
no.
just now
No,
discovering
no.
the power of the fountain pen?
So these things that you use every single day that you absolutely love and are a staple in your life that you could potentially get a tattoo on your body because it absolutely, if we bring this one thing up, Fireball, McGillicuddy's, Wintergreen, Grizzly, or whatever the fuck it is,
sure,
someone's going to be like Cory Schnozzcast. But this one time that you had ice cream,
it was life-changing.
It was like, I'm on board with that.
That was better than all those
Totally
things.
agree.
Dude, between the lemon fudge that we purchased.
Between or betwixt?
Betwixt the lemon fudge.
Betwixt the sheets.
And then... and the key lime pie.
The lemon fudge, the key lime pie, and then being able to try on my sweater.
Oh,
Okay.
true.
I think he was a little intoxicated.
Have we told the listeners about this one?
No. Leave it for next week. That can be your pick of the week. I'm surprised. Surprised it wasn't this week.
Yeah,
honestly.
Let's leave it for next week. So next week,
don't spoil
next
it.
week,
That'll be that shop and everything. You can
next podcast.
I feel
read Cory's email. I
wanted to sleep.
Talk about.
I didn't want to go to little fucking shops, and I feel like I've gone there 3 times.
Lebowski.
You missed out, man.
I'm sure.
Where was Nick during all of this? He was asleep in his truck on the side of the road.
Yeah, like a smart person. Because when you're hungover and you have a 3.5 hour drive ahead of you, and it's all fucking sunny and everyone's so happy, you don't say, "Oh, let's go to fucking little shops and antique stores." No, you're like, "I'm going to bed."
Nick, I was living my best life.
I'm sure you were. And I also hate that phrase.
I know you do.
All right, have we gone into pick of the week yet?
That was his.
That was your pick?
Oh my god!
Wait, what was your pick?
The Taos Bay Fudge and Ice Cream Company.
Okay,
that was
so
his
we're
pick of
gonna,
the
we're going to parlay the sweater and the email into 2 more picks of the week, or we'll somehow figure out a segment.
The
for 'em
email's
next week?
gonna be.
We'll do that next week.
The email's gonna be like a Unsolved Mysteries update.
We don't. That's not a segment we do.
I know.
Should we start that though?
But it's gonna be an update.
Yeah, sure.
No,
okay.
we don't always have this.
Okay.
But dun 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 update and then like across the screen. That's what it's gonna be.
Hold on. Do you remember the Unsolved Mysteries phone number?
I told you last time. I remember.
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
Say it again.
1-800-876-5353.
That's crazy that you remember that number. I was just listening to that. It was episode 83. We just published. By the way, Schnozzcast episodes 82 and 83 are now available on iTunes, Spotify, Mixcloud, and all your platforms of choice.
Is that like an Irish cloud?
No.
Close enough.
Did I say, Mixcloud? Well played, sir.
So anyhow.
All right.
So great pick. I'm extremely jealous. I'm a huge connoisseur of key lime pie. So I am
totally missed out by sleeping on the side of the road.
Knowing what you told me in the state I was in, still wouldn't have gotten up. That's how serious it was.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. That being said, Bob, you have a pick of the week?
Yeah, I'm going to go local. I think we've done a couple local things here now. So, obviously, the podcast is based in Michigan, in Metro Detroit. And I'm going to go with, if you live in Metro Detroit, so right up your alley, in Dearborn, Michigan, Dearborn Music, they have an app, which I just found out this morning. They have an app you can download if you've got an iPhone. I'm not sure if they're available for Android or not, but you can download a Dearborn Music app where you can
Really loud.
where you can review their stock, review their new releases, and you can even scan a CD or an album that you want to sell back for them to resell. And open up an account and order from them to be picked up outside. They do contactless pickup, I believe, but they also observe masks and social distancing, and so you can go in the store and shop a little bit. So the fact they have an app is great. I didn't know it until this morning, and I essentially, if you follow me on Instagram, which I know you don't, every Saturday or Sunday morning vinyl that I do most likely comes from Dearborn Music. So that's my pick of the week.
And I will say, too, that is kind of surprising that such a small local place has an app like that on the Apple Store, iTunes Store, whatever you call it. But because for those of you that don't know and that don't live in the area, I've lived here just as Bob has for quite some time. And Dearborn Music has kind of been a staple of the community for a long time.
Yeah, I was just talking with Lori about this earlier today. We were talking about, she sent me a screenshot of, she's aware that I do like Saturday and Sunday morning vinyl, and so this morning when I posted mine, she sent me a graphic of one of the.
Go. I'm not. It's not. And it's not about what you're saying.
No, it's totally fine. That's fine.
It's about a look I got.
Okay. She sent me the album cover from one of the early Men at Work albums. And I was like, holy shit, that is the first cassette that I bought in 1983 when I got a little bit of money from mowing somebody's lawn or shoveling somebody's driveway. That's the first cassette I bought. And she's like, holy shit, that's the first vinyl I bought.
And then Nick was like, holy shit, I was just being born that year.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah,
nowhere
still a
near
fetus.
even being born.
Not even itching my daddy's pants. So, but she's like, oh, I bought mine at Harmony House. I'm like, bought mine at Dearborn Music, bitch.
Wow. Oh, sorry, Lori.
It's Brittany, bitch.
That's just that's what we did back then.
No, and yeah,
I think I was 13. I'm like, that's where I went, and they're still in business, and everybody's got a local record shop. Whether you buy CDs or whether you buy albums or whether you bought cassettes back in the day and you're an old dude, it doesn't matter. Everybody's got a local record shop, and here in Metro Detroit, Dearborn Music is one of the mainstays that's been there for. It's still there,
and they've really stand the test of time. Not only from being the local record store and place where kids got their CDs, like that's where we went to get CDs when I was in high school. I remember passing their original location on Monroe Street one day, and I saw it was just emptied out. I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, Dearborn Music finally fucking bit it. Only to find out that they just moved over to
the old Pier 1
to where they're currently
Michigan,
at, to just a much bigger place and a much bigger storefront.
Yeah.
And it is kind of shocking because all those places on Monroe Street that were there, these old mom and pop shops. There's a paint store there that was family
Campbell's?
owned.
Was it Campbell's?
Yeah, Campbell's. That was
Yeah.
family run. It was actually a kid I went to high school with. His parents ran it for
Really?
years.
Stephen Campbell.
And so all that stuff kind of died out. So I figured Dearborn Music was eventually going to be one of those same places. And they're still around, and they're still selling.
And now they have an online presence. And we were just talking about this on the way here when Joe was giving me a ride to your house here.
Was it the first or second ride?
It was the first ride.
Okay.
We were talking about what businesses should have done when the pandemic hit. How they should have. Certain businesses pivoted to say, like, okay, if we're now going to be in a like no one can come to my store sort of a world for the unforeseeable future, how can I pivot my business to cope with that and still remain profitable? And Jets, I'm just going to throw a random pizza place out there now in Dearborn. Jets has done a great job of you can't come in. If you order pizza over the phone or online, you roll up in the parking lot. They got runners that come out and grab your payment, confirm your order, and then bring the pizza out to you, and that's it. And so even if we get a second wave, which many people are, including scientists, are pretty sure we're going to when the weather gets cold again, they'll be able to stay in business doing what they're doing. Versus a lot of other businesses where they're like, no, we're bringing people back in only to have to shut down again, should we get a second wave. So, yeah, Dearborn Music is one of those shops that have done a good job of trying to pivot their business to being online and pick up so that they can, if people are, for whatever reason, stuck back in their homes again or unable to get there, they can still get music from their favorite music shop.
Yeah, like I said, happy they're still around. Happy they're still doing strong business.
Yep.
Not too many places like that are still here. So
that's my pick.
All right.
Nick,
Solid pick.
Thank you, sir.
Question to the group.
Answers for the group.
Has anyone ever had or heard of Walker's Crisps?
No, sir.
Yes. It's the guy with the top hat on and the cane walking across the top of the logo, correct?
No, you're thinking of a Mr. Peanut.
No.
What are you talking about?
The potato chips.
I don't know what either one of you guys are talking about right now.
Nick knows I'm right, yes.
Have you had Walker's Crisps before?
Yes. That was actually my Bush's favorite brand of potato chips.
Where'd you get them?
My mom would get them from, there was Westbourne sells them.
You know where they're from?
Well, I would assume since you're bringing them up now, they're originally from the UK.
They are. Why? Because I'm bringing them up now.
Well, something Mike.
Why would you assume all that? That's a lot of assumptions that are correct, but why would you?
Why are you correcting all your assumptions, Corey? God damn it!
Walker. So they're the top of the bag is
I think
white.
I think you've seriously thrown in for a loop here.
No, I think back in the day. I think back in the day it was.
Back in the day, like he's so much older than you.
No, I think
kind of is.
No, because that's not. They don't have that now. But
Westbourne sells them.
Okay.
But yes, I can't. Yeah, I can't say I've actually had them, and that I, honest to God, that was my Bush's favorite kind of potato chip, and that was the only kind she would eventually when she discovered those. That was all she had in the house. She wouldn't Lay's and all that. Where Better Made was out the window. It was only the Walkers.
So what kinds did you guys have?
They're all kettle cooked, correct?
No, I don't believe so.
No. Let me see here. That's
there's nothing we have to look up. Just what you remember.
They were just like their plain kettle cooked potato chip. It wasn't like any flavor or anything like that. It was just a regular potato chip.
Okay, so Walker's potato chips were huge, and I just got schooled. But they were huge in the UK. as many of you know, or maybe you don't know, and I don't know why we keep putting it on the tail end of the podcast. Not that it's any less important. But my uncle is from London, and he's a chef, world-renowned. And one of the things that's really quirky about my uncle that I love is that he likes very specific things. A lot of them come from London, but it's not, or from the UK, but it's not specific to that.
Do you think he's watching this?
No. But the cool thing about him is he won't, a lot of us draw experiences from our past. And we say, well, I used to always go to Oscoda, and I like this one place. Or we always stopped at Lixie's fish market, And because you can only call from your own experience for the most part. And it's only an established person that can draw all these things from their experience and then try something new and say, oh, nope, you're absolutely right. This is much better than what I've known. Because a lot of people are sticks in the mud, and they're like, no, fuck this. This is what I grew up on, So the cool thing about him is he can go back and forth between the two. But he of course, loves what he grew up on.
Right.
And he said to me, have you ever had Walker's potato chips? And I said, no. So he brings me into the back room and shows me a shipment that he got in of how the UK has flavors of potato chips that we would never get over here in the States. And he said, look at some of these flavors. He said, we're going to open these bags and we're going to try them. And they're kind of weird.
I can see a couple of them here.
They're kind of weird, but I tried them. So we were talking about it, and I said, wow, this is so crazy. If you look at the logo on Walker's, it looks very similar to Frito-Lay.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, no, it was just Walker's has been around for a long time. Well, I looked it up. Yeah, Frito-Lay acquired Walker's in 1989. So PepsiCo acquired Frito-Lay, and they decided that they wanted the logo. They're going to keep Walker's as the name, and the chips that everyone loves and the same ingredients, but they wanted to change the logo over. They wanted to change the logo over to the Frito-Lay Sun, Regardless of that, they still have the same product. It's still under Walker's. So my uncle, before I left, after I gave my review of what I thought it was, he said, well, what you're going to do now is you're going to take one of each of these 4 bags and you're going to bring them to the guys on the podcast and you're going to see what they think. So I got 4 bags of Walker's right here that we can try.
Well, God damn it, Uncle Mike.
Very cool.
Right in this bag right here.
We're going to do that after the podcast, right?
No, we're doing it right now.
Oh.
There's nothing better than a crinkly bag and 4 crinkly bags and potato chips.
So
how about this?
Technically,
do you want to try them after the podcast and give a review next week, just like with Cory?
Yeah. We got a lot of shit lined up for next week.
Oh, make a note.
So I will ask though, after he gave you all that insight on Walker's, does he personally have a favorite flavor that is top notch to him?
Of the ones he gave me, yeah, he gave me his favorite. And what I can do right now is I'll read off the flavors I have, and then we'll tell you what we think next week.
Okay.
So of the flavors right now, we have prawn cocktail.
Fuck yes, I saw that. I'm like, God,
really?
Yes.
Prawn cocktail.
Wow. Okay.
He said these are very commonplace in the UK.
Are they?
Very.
Dude, it's one of the first flavors that popped up. Please tell me cheese and onion is
Cheese and onion.
Yes.
Look at how happy Cory is. So someone please take a vid capture of that of Cory's little happy dance there and send it to schnozzcast@gmail.com.
We've got a smoky bacon. Smoky bacon.
You always got to have a smoky bacon.
And last but certainly not least, roast chicken.
God damn it, I saw that one on there too.
Roast chicken, smoky bacon, cheese and onion, and prawn cocktail.
All right. Well, the reviews for all 4 of those flavors will be coming up next weekend on Schnozzcast. So tune in.
Oh, yes.
Same Schnoz time, same Schnoz channel.
We've got a lot to talk about next week.
Yeah, we do. I have a whole list of notes in your shit
Let's
that we have to do.
do this shot to send us all out.
Yep.
Well, hang on. Before we do the shot,
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, there's more.
there is more.
But
Bob.
wait, there's more. Yeah.
Anyone that was looking to find our social media pages, where could they find us at?
Please be sure to stream our Schnozzcast episode on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play Music, Mixcloud, or any of your podcast platforms of choice. If you found one that doesn't carry us, let us know, and we will make sure that we are that we're streaming to there. Please follow our social media on Instagram at Schnozzcast, Facebook at Schnozzcast1, and on YouTube at Schnozzcast _podcast. And don't forget to email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com. That's SCHNOZZCAST@gmail.com with all of your existential questions or relationship advice for the week.
Yes, of course.
So for Schnozzcast, this is Nick signing out saying be good to yourselves and each other. Bob?
What Nick said.
And Cory.
I will third that. Everyone have a good night. See you next week.
We're raising this shot
Yes, we are.
for you guys.